Checkity check. Checkity check. Thank you, Autumn's Toys. Santa please? Santa pies? What's happening there, Zach Bonfa? Check vector, I check. Check yourself before you riggedy wreck yourself. Exactly. Ooh, let's do this. Hopefully I got the camera set in the right place. I did. Hey, Twitch! Twitch is here with a chat on Twitch. Thank you, Twitch. God bless. Hope you have a wonderful and happy holidays. Thanks for the support. My name is Sully. I'm a variety streamer, a Twitch partner, a Gold Wax ambassador, and I know the sound is a little loud right now, so I'm bringing that down. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know what I did to deserve this honor, but I appreciate it. Twitchception. Thank you for the 50 bits. We added 50 bits to Misty's cheer. Interesting. Oh, that's cool. Twitch is giving extra bits for every bit cheer over 300. So it's not a person doing it. It's some sort of automated utility, but that's still super cool. We'll take it. Now's a good time to donate, gang, if you're willing. I noticed Twitch is doing some real fun, unique stuff. And there was some sort of game that I was unable to play. I tried with a high score leaderboard. I tried a little bit this morning, but I was busy. They've been doing some neat stuff. We might want to take a look at that today. I really think Twitch went through a big peak, for me at least, during COVID, and then has since been on the decline in a lot of people's eyes. But I think, and I've said this many times before, the guy who's in charge, I believe it's Dan Clancy, could be wrong about the first name, but I know last name is Clancy, has really been trying to turn the tide, turn the ship, and put Twitch up in a good direction. And I for one love to hear his thoughts on these things, and I love to see the changes coming to Twitch. So good job. A lot of you have been sharing your end of year recap stuff. I've been tagged in a lot. I've seen a lot. You guys are awesome. For anybody that hasn't seen that, you should see it somewhere in Twitch. You can hit the recap and you can see what you did this year, who you watched, most comments, most emotes used, etc., etc., etc. It's really, really interesting. One thing I thought was interesting is I have almost the exact same number of raids to others as raids I have received. I didn't realize I had done that good of a job with my raids. I still want to know why I have closed captioning above and below. Check, 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 check. So I accidentally turned the wrong one on. Check, 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 check. Checkity check, 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 check. It's just, there's two on. Nah, I bet that was the one. Okay, I think I fixed it. They send them out via email as well. Misty, is that what you're saying? 25% off subs until January 2nd. Hey, there's a reason to sub. That's good stuff right there. I don't talk about it a lot anymore. I used to kind of harp on it, but, you know, I make money, some money, not a lot, off of, yes, emails. Oh my God. What's the matter, Misty? Did you mean you should have included that before, or Sully, stop pointing out my mistakes? I used to point it out a lot, but, you know, I make some money that helps pay my bills off of the subs, the gifted subs, and the bits. And, you know, like I said, Twitch's things have changed, and I don't make as much money as I once did, but still, if you watch the content and you enjoy the content, subs, gifted subs, and bits are very beneficial to me being able to continue this journey. Here we are, headed on 4 years. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Going towards 4 years. Skipping words and sentences is my special gift to the world. Well, thank you for the gift, Misty. Reminder, I am also over on YouTube right now. I'm really making a push to try and increase my audience, my presence on YouTube. I've already created, I believe it's now 4 videos, mostly centered around the Mickey and Friends drop. I'm going to do one this afternoon that I'm going to kind of recap the Mickey drop and see what went wrong. And not in a way to berate or pick on or call out any misdealings by Funko or Drop like some other channels will do, but more of a, hey, how did we get here? And now that we did get here, what's the deal with the videos, with the pops? How many of them are there actually going to go out? Because I don't think a lot of people understand that, and maybe that information will help increase the value in the secondary and eventually the tertiary market. Speaking of which, I did some work overnight. While I was doing some other stuff, I was looking at this Minnie Mouse Grail, and I'm like, I really want the Minnie Mouse Grail, which the cheapest one right now is $175 because I think it's really undervalued at that price. And then I went to work on listing stuff and selling stuff. And over the last 24 hours, since this stream ended yesterday, actually, I have sold a lot of my Power Rangers packs from Series 2, the standard packs. And I took a loss on them, but not by much, a few bucks. And then I sold a couple Back to the Future Series 1 packs. I sold 3 in total. And because of that, I now have enough money to buy that Grail if I want. So I'm going to keep an eye on it today, and I may very well make the purchase. What's up, Savage? How are you now? Just a little recap before we'll talk about Hoot and Friends Blend here in just a second. Premium packs are available for $33.90 on the secondary market right now. I'm going to explain it, Nadu6. We haven't got there yet, but I will explain it. Premium packs selling at $33.90, which if you had to pay taxes like I did, new taxes that had not been there before, that's below my total retail price. That's a good incentive to possibly buy and hold. Standard packs, same thing. $10.90 is less than I would have paid with taxes and fees. I have to spend USDC, which is one of the big hindrances for people, but there we are. Minnie Mouse is at 175-ish. Daisy Duck all the way down to 28. I purchased too early. I still think that's undervalued on a good price. Donald Duck 46. Goofy 49. I think those are both undervalued. Pete, Legendary 49. I don't know anything about Pete, but the fact that it was unique was enough to push the needle, to move the needle for a lot. But your epics are up. So that tells me there is a bit of interest for sure in the royalty set. Luckily, I completed 2 royalty sets yesterday for a total of just over $106, $107. You can still get it fairly inexpensively. If you look at the cost of all the epics, that's basically add that plus like $2 or $3, and that's the cost of a royalty set. We'll look and see what Pop and Stock has for us for data as well in a little bit, because I do want to continue to buy on Atomic Hub and sell on Drop and possibly make some money while just basically converting wax to USDC. What's up, Shepard? Callard says Pete was a bad guy. Seems like it by the look. Jedi says, I thought the prices were going to jump after the close out / burn, but I think you're right that the majority of people don't really understand that it means less redeemables. Yep, and and just to give you a heads up, I don't think I'm going to move the needle overnight, but I am going to make that video and try my best to explain to people what we're looking at with this drop now and what the secondary market means, and provide some data. If that picks up, maybe there's some people out there who will be like, wait a minute, I didn't miss this drop. I can still get in on it. I can still get some things of value that I can get next year. Maybe I better make a purchase. Nice. Shepard got number 3 in my NFT. My lucky number, says Shepard. Oh, that's great. Was it that high, Jedi? I thought it was like 40-something%, but still, I also can't believe it, but I can believe it. It's a weird, I'm like right on the edge of, okay, we called this that it wasn't going to be as great as we thought, but also, what happened? You know? 44, I think that's what I heard, but that's still basically 50% if you round, pretty close. 40 if you looked at packs, but if you do the math of how many cards per pack type, it's over 50. Aha. Okay, I want to do that math for real, Jedi, because that's important. That's very important. And maybe Pop and Stock has it broken out. I don't know how he does his math on there, what he's looking at. My guess is he's looking at NFTs as well. Okay, let me jump to Atomic Hub. Tommy Chubb. And let's look at the free NFT I sent out yesterday. And then let's talk about the blend. So, if you were here yesterday and you filled out the form properly, guess what? Had two people who did not. Had somebody gave me a .dp address and somebody gave me an address that ends in .wan. That was enough to add 15 minutes to my morning. So to the two of you, follow the freaking instructions. I don't know why it's so difficult. As far as templates go, I sent this out yesterday. This was the freebie, my what I call the Hoot and Friends logo. I made a mistake. Not one that's going to impact your wallets right now or anything else. There will only be 120 of these. I forgot to leave this open so that I could sell more for the blends. So before we even look at the blends, and this is why I do things in an order and stay on the subject matter, before we do the blends, know that the one you got, unless you buy any on the secondary market, that's it. There will not be any more. Could they still be sent and just go into limbo? I don't think so. Nope. If you provided me in the form your wax address and it was accurate, all but two, and those two I know who they are, and it's not you, Falconer, they were sent. So you should have it. Only thing I could think of was that if you accidentally typed in your wallet wrong and it was similar to somebody else's. But if you look at your wallet, which, Falconer, what is your wallet again? Drop that in chat. We'll look together. It's on the blockchain. We can all see. So, word to the wise, that Nerds Unite, Hoot, and Friends, that's it. There will only be 120 of them. I have made an allowment that will actually be a benefit for those of you who were holding an extra Black Friday NFT, and we'll look at that on the blend. I know this was the part that Nadu was saying he was confused about, so. Oh, okay, Falconer, I did not understand that at all. You can't send to incorrect wallets. The tool I use is meant to speed things up for me, and it's smart enough to go and try each wallet and then come back and go, guess what? That's a bad one. You can't send there. But what happens is that causes this domino effect of now all the wallets that were around it, because I send in batches of 20, none of the other ones got theirs either. And I have to go in and hunt for, because somebody couldn't follow instructions, I had to go hunt for the bad one. And WAN, as in Nancy at the end there, looks a lot like WAM, as in Mickey at the end there. Almost impossible to discern, especially when you got bad eyes like I do. In the past, I have searched for .WAN. I forgot to do it this time. Exactly, Walking Mirror. It is incredibly complex, and if you make one tiny mistake, dead. Oh, and I appreciate that, Falconer. Yeah, you were thinking logically. But in the world of NFTs, everything is very, very complex and specific. What's up, Finest Funko? How you doing, baby? Hope you're having a great end of your year. Happy Wednesday to you. So we were looking at the free Nerds Unite NFT I sent out yesterday, and today we've got the Hoot and Friends blend. I will drop a link to those of you who haven't really mastered the ways or are new to Nifty blocks. You never need a link from me. Unless I change platforms. All of my drops and blends happen right here on Nifty Blocks. And I'm going to drop a link to blends right here as we look at this one together. It goes live in 12 minutes, so we got plenty of time to cover this. I'll also drop it over on YouTube. There's a link for you guys if you'd like to check out. Shows on my screen, does not show. Liz, did you see the link that I just dropped over on YouTube? Well, Falconer, I may have an answer for you, so hold up on that. Don't before you make any decisions. Okay, as I've done with other ones, I made a cover image showing you can take a purple shirt Hoot and you can blend to make one of 6 possible results. Because of some changes they made to Nifty blocks over the last year and something I've been wanting to try, you're still good. You're still going to be able to do this blend and you don't have to use your Mickey and Friends logo. So I'll jump to first what you need to put into the blend. And I think this is explanatory, but there's not a good image to go with it. I couldn't upload one. When you look at ingredients, it says you need to blend 2 things because there's 2 boxes here, right? Sometimes you have to blend multiple of the same item, but in this case, it's 2 ingredients. Your first ingredient, your purple shirt, HOOT 2.0, the OG, the base owl that I use for all of the things. The second one, right here, NU logo. What I tried to do was make it where you could use any of the new Nerds Unite logos that I've created for this, Black Friday, Powerpuff Girls, etc., etc., etc. However, I can't just put in keywords. I have to put in each individual title. So I decided to just include 3 of them. What's nice about this is if you click on your down arrow down here at the bottom, you'll see all that you have in your wallet that are currently applicable to this blend. This is an ingredient you can use. If we close that, it says 1 item. You only need to select 1. No, I'm not going to do that, Falconer. I've got a good solution here, but thank you. You can choose any of these. Well, I said you can't make any more of these Nerds Unite, HOOT and Friends logos, but you can use Powerpuff Girls or the NU logo that I made for Black Friday. Guess what? Exactly, Shepard. Guess what? You're seeing it now. You're with me. If you go back to drops, you don't need to go to the secondary market to buy these. You can still buy a Nerds Unite featuring HOOT, Chemical H, i.e. Powerpuff Girls inspired NFT. So while it doesn't make the most sense from why would you blend this logo to make the new HOOT in Cal's Play or the HOOT and the Mickey and Friends shirt, Mickey and Friends inspired shirt, you can still do the thing. Another thing this is good, and I'm glad I made the mistake. Sometimes mistakes lead to good things. Now you can use some of those old ones if you have them. You can buy another one if you need to. Those are your options. But also it forces us to learn a little bit. If you look here, I think that really helps a lot in explaining it. They wouldn't allow me to upload an individual image, or I would have put an image that showed multiple options. Couldn't do it. But if you do this drop-down arrow, bam. If you have it in your wallet, it makes perfect sense. If you don't have it in your wallet, and I haven't tested this yet, so I'm interested to see what happens. This little box with the arrow indicates, oh, you can go to the market and you can buy what you need. Let's see what happens when we click that. Does it only look for certain ones? It does. Look, it's smart enough to look for, or is it? Wait a minute, find cheapest. Let's see. No, this may not function the way I'd hoped. It doesn't. So in this case, we do have a problem. If you weren't holding any of those items in your wallet at all, when you click on this down arrow, the functionality of this is bad. This should go and look for any of the applicable templates for the blend. It does not. So what I would do in the future if I did something like this was I would come down and in the description do a better job of explaining which templates were eligible. Randy, it's different for everybody. It randomly selects whatever you have in your wallet, I believe highest mint number. You should always be careful when doing a blend. Always be careful. Because it's going to auto-select based on a few criteria. I think it's going to pick the highest mint number of the most recent applicable thing you have, if that makes sense. Yes, Crackneck Nork, exactly. That's what I said. In the future, I'll do a better job with that. I was pinched for time. I could go back and edit it, and I might do that right now before the blend goes live, because I don't want to confuse anybody. So let me do that. I'm learning too as we go. Because of this mistake, I was forced to think outside the box, learn some different things, and even in the last couple minutes while I'm talking to you guys, some things are coming to mind where I'm like, oh, okay, here's an option I could have explored. I could have gone with. Let me see. I think I can still modify the blend. Come down, and it says right now, any NU logo. It shouldn't say that. You can combine, aka blend, one of several NU logos, including the ones listed below and a HOOT 2.0 and receive one of 6 rarities. And then I'll put in a drop or a bulleted item list, and we'll include these. We've got the NU logo Hoot and Friends. We've got the NU logo Chemical H, and we've got the NU logo Black Friday. And if I want to be really smart, I will link each one of those out to where they're available in the drops area. Technically, the only one is the Chemical H. So let me do that real quick. Hopefully that helps. I really do try to write out in those descriptions things that will make sense, that will be helpful to you, so that if you ever come upon one of my blends or drops or whatever and you don't understand, you can just read. I know a lot of people seem to hate reading. They don't want to do it, or they can't do it and comprehend. I want to make it easy on people, and sometimes if you can't be there, you got to explain it through text and or links. Okay, I think that should fix it. I will update it and we'll refresh here and see if we got it. Mindy, absolutely I am. Yep, absolutely I am. Did you look? Did you actually go to the drops area and check it out? Right there, big as day. Available for purchase. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's look at this one more time. Ingredients that need to go in: Hoot with purple shirt. If you need to buy it, you can definitely go to the drop area, or if you don't want to go to the drop area and spend a low amount of money, you can go out on the market, hit find cheapest, and you can pay extra money. But that's one of the things I've been trying to train you guys is on, and I've fallen for it too, is when there's a blend, don't assume that you need to go to the secondary market to buy any of the ingredients. Again, right over here, Hoot 2.0 in the description, available in the drops area. And if you click that little link that's been provided to keep you from, trouble, there's a little purple shirt Hoot right there. You can buy him. So let's read through this description one more time. I'd welcome any feedback if you guys think I've written anything wrong, because I'll have to use this for future blends as well if something like this happens. You can combine, aka blend, one of several NU logos, including the ones listed below, and a Hoot 2.0, available in the drops area, and receive one of 6 different rarities. There's a closed bracket that didn't happen. I'll have to fix that. The ones listed: NU logo Hoot and Friends. Can't buy that one. I made a mistake. NU logo Chemical H. Can buy that one. That's why there's a link. And NU logo Black Friday. I don't think the Black Friday one is for sale anymore. Let's double check. If I'm wrong, I can add a link. It is not. Okay. I think that does it. I think that makes sense. So let me see if there were any other questions. Finest Funko asked, did you get Disney NFT packs? I sure did. I was lucky enough to get in there and get 4 packs at retail. Opened 3. Pulled 2 legendaries, including Donald and Goofy. Very happy with that. We did a community pack, gave away 15 NFTs, and got a coin for myself. Unfortunately, we didn't give away any legendaries or grails. But then I did purchase a couple of extra packs to keep, and I'm eyeballing possibly picking up one of the mini MINNIE, not MINI, grails. I'm keeping an eye on it. I now have enough cash to cover it. Oh, it looks like I sold another item too in the last few minutes. So I may very well purchase that mini for myself. Yeah, I'm happy with how the drop went for me. And I honestly, I'm going to do, like I was telling the group earlier, I'm going to do another video later today with a title, something about what happened with the Mickey and Friends drop. Again, it's not a shot at drop or Funko, but it is an attempt to bring people in to understand what happened yesterday. Talking about everything from the licensing to how many pops are actually left, how many grails, how many legendaries, how many royalty sets, how low will these quantities be, and therefore how expensive, how valuable could the NFTs be when they get to eBay, Mercari, and Facebook groups down the road. I still think there's a severe lack of understanding on many points. The lack of education is what's killing these drops. And I'm trying my best to educate people, but so many people just don't want to listen because they're angry. They like the anger and the turmoil, and they seem to thrive on the fact that these companies are doing everything they can to screw up. Funko being one of them. And I don't understand why we need to focus on that. Yeah, an explainer video, exactly. I'm going to try. Nadu says, thanks to a special someone, I had gotten everything from yesterday's drop. Nice. Good job, Nadu6. Okay, we didn't look at the final part of the blend. We got 1 minute left. I'm gonna quickly go through this. If you do the blend, again, I got feedback from you guys. Make it easy to collect all the things. So you got about a 45% chance of doing the blend and pulling a Hoot in Hoot and Friends t-shirt. You've got about a 45% chance of pulling this adorable little guy, Sorcerer Hoot. Let's take a closer look because this is your first time really seeing it. I buried that lead a little while ago. Check out Sorcerer Hoot. Very proud of the way this came out. There is Hoot doing his best Sorcerer Mickey impression. I purposely avoided the Mickey ears because I don't want the Disney lawyers reaching out. I don't want to make contact with them. Nadu6, you have a good point too. You have a very good point. Matter of fact, we probably should do... I'm going to do a little list of items here for that conversation. Disney should have promoted. I'm going to write that down. I've been feeling that Funko has been in a slow decline. I mean, that's a much bigger conversation, Finest Funko. I don't disagree with you, but it's not entirely their fault, in my opinion. I'll talk about that more. I want to focus in on this drop first, this blend, because it's about to happen. You could pull possibly those two, 45% chance at each. By the way, it looks like the blend is live. You got a 7% chance of pulling the concept for Sorcerer Hoot, and there are 3 one-of-ones in this blend. 3 one-of-ones. Those are the ones surrounded in gold there. First up, you've got, I took inspiration from old drawings and art. Here's what I call the magical glow. A little glow around Sorcerer Hoot on a purple-blue background with some sparkle and stars. I really like the way that turned out. My favorite one is this one I called Fantastical. That's based on the Fantasia cover artwork. Kind of similar to the other one, but it's not a glow. It's that swipey, beautiful stars and stuff coming down. That's a one-of-one. That's as rare as it gets, gang. And then finally, gold. I did make a gold one on this one, a little different from previous golds. But his hat, stars are gold. His little belt is gold, gold background. It's got a texture to it. Even his little shoes are gold. One-of-one on those. Now, I am open to updating my templates in Wombat Dungeon Master when and if they ever make that policy, that procedure, one that actually works for creators. My opinion, and I don't mean to be negative, Nancy, but they have really just time and time again let me down. They're not doing their job. They're making it incredibly difficult for us content creators to keep up with when we're supposed to update things, and they're not thinking, hey, these guys do other things as well other than just create NFTs. We should be helping them, and they're not. So until they make that procedure better, I'm not going to be doing anything. But if they finally ever do it better, I will update the templates. So those one-of-ones could have major value down the road. One quick commercial on Disney Plus would have brought in so much. Oh, that would have been huge. That would have been huge. Thank you, Walking Miracle. And if you, since they don't talk to me directly, if you guys ever see those conversations go, Sully's just waiting on you guys to make a better procedure, and then he's in. I don't think they get it. They don't understand. All right, the blend is up. Done with the bad mouthing. I don't mean to be that way, but I've tried. I've really tried, and it's been so frustrating. The blend is live. I wish you guys the best of luck. Get in there and do the blend. If there are any problems, please let me know. Already 27 have been done. I wish you guys the best of luck. Let me know what you get. I'd love to hear who pulls the one-of-ones. I'd love to hear which blends you get. If you're just coming in, you didn't hear the whole conversation before, please pay close attention down here. This one's different from previous blends. This was an education opportunity. Blend purple shirt and blend one of several NU logos. One of several. You get to choose. There will not be more Mickey and Friends inspired Hoot and Friends Nerds Unite logos. These ones with the red and black. There will not be more. That's it. They are done. I've minted all that will be minted. I might give 1 or 2 away today in case any of you need them for blends. The Powerpuff Girls inspired Nerds Unite logo called Chemical H. You can buy those on drop. I'm sorry, not on drop, on the drops area of NFT blocks. The Black Friday Nerd Unite also will not have any more minted. That one is done. So, nice. Shepard got Sorcerer Hoot. Let's go. I'm trying, Finest. There's a fine line between just being angry and picking on these companies and individuals and actually being educated enough to have a conversation around it and present facts. And that's what I'm trying to do, is just present some facts, at least to how they pertain to me. Anybody else doing the blend? Anybody else have any questions? I'm happy to help. That's what I'm here for. That's why one of the main reasons I stream 5 days a week is I want to help people. And I'm really sorry about this continuing cough, gang. Really, Shepard, I'm glad to hear it. I'm very happy with how it came out, Sorcerer Hoot, because it was just easy and clean. I didn't have to overdo any details. I barely amended anything from the original character other than to make the hats all stars, and it really is very Hoot inspired, Hoot centric. Ventra got concept, Sorcerer Hoot, let's go! Way to go, Ventra. And Ventra, congratulations to your Cowboys. Boy, was I wrong a few weeks ago. They are absolutely dominating all of football right now. I am scared to have to... If the Texans are able to pull off some miracle and go up to the playoffs or Super Bowl, I hope we don't ever have to see them. I love these NFTs, says Walking Miracle. Thank you, Walking Miracle. Thank you for the continued support. Concept Sorcerer Hoot for Ventra. I got everything minuscule the 3. Oh, I got everything minus the 3 1-of-1s. Got you, Nadu 6. You went to the game versus the Eagles? Oh man, I'm honest. I'm a little jealous. That was a two of the biggest teams in football going up against one another. That's a great game to go to. Finance said, I found your video helpful, informative, and clear as saying what you need to do for NFT. Oh, thank you, Finest. I know you traditionally haven't been into it as much. Did you get into this Mickey one, or did you just check it out to see what was going on with Funko and with that drop? I keep wondering what it is they could do to bring you on board. Like if they did a Marvel with Tony Stark, would you get in? It could be possible. Walking Miracle at Nadu. It's a fun game of what will Nadu's autocorrect come up with today? Whole autocorrect versus Nadu, and I think autocorrect is winning. That's great. I don't think I had an auto message today about the free Nerds Unite logo that you could get. Emotional. Oh, why is it still not working? I thought I fixed that. You guys don't hear the emotional damage, do you? I thought I fixed that. I'm gonna have to figure out why it's broken. I know, Walking Miracle, I gave up with my autocorrect. I mean, to be fair, autocorrect was just winning. And you lost the war. Okay, so to Finest Funko's point earlier, this is not something I would make another video on, but to be fair, to talk about, and that was the perception of the decline of Funko. Let me put it that way. There you go, Falconer. Minuscule was a hilarious one. I think Funko has definitely took some hits over the last year and a half. They've made some interesting decisions that didn't benefit them well. They made, I think, the smart decision to back off on expanding their product line so much by when their stock value went down. They answered to that. I don't know if Brian leaving the company, I'll word it like that, was good or bad for Funko, because it was his emotional choices and his passion that helped make that company what it was. I think if you asked him, he would probably say, I wish I hadn't made the company go public. I seriously need to get a new MacBook Pro. Can't live without a laptop. Oh, my MacBook Pro has been one of the best purchases I've ever made. I highly recommend it. I got the one last 2 generations ago, I think, and I still love it. I use it every day. Shepard says, has Funko declined? Yes. Are they going to die like Beanie Babies? No. I agree with that commentary as well. Here's the deal. Funko went public. Any company that goes public is going to struggle because it's a total change to the way they operate their business. They have got to now not worry about just their fans and their sales. They now have to worry about, which is a very emotional thing, right? They have to worry about their fans and their sales, but more importantly, they now have a new owner, and that is the stockholders. And they have to worry about, they don't worry so much about the fans and the emotion of it. They worry about the math, the analytical side of thing. What is the current value of the company? What are the current sales? How is that going to go up? How can we move that needle forward? If there's any backslipping, it's the sky is falling. How do we fix this? I'll say this much about Funko. This is Nadu's comment. They don't promote Loungefly and Mondo stuff much either. They are letting those promote themselves. So it's the same for Drop. And I am not bad-mouthing these companies, but I think that is a miss that could be easily corrected. I think it would be great if they did promote those brands more. They are under the Funko umbrella, at least enough to help build the audiences of those brands. That's my personal opinion. I think Funko should be tweeting and posting to Instagram and just doing basic social outreach a lot more like we used to. We used to post like 12 to 15 times a day on Twitter. 4 or 5 times a day, if not more, on Instagram. And that was during an area where we were building. And they could continue to build. They have a good footprint and they could make it bigger. But anyway, they have to sacrifice what used to be important for the bottom line. And that is very difficult. They also went through COVID. They made I think this is fair to say, they made the big mistake of laying off a good chunk of people, including some of their best employees they ever had. I'm talking about other people other than me. I think I did a good job? Yes, but I'm not going to say that about myself. That hurt them a lot. When you do that, not only do you Mindy, I explained it a few minutes ago. I'm in the middle of a thought right now. I'm going to finish that, and then I might go back and answer that question. But I explained that a little while ago. I'm sorry you missed it. What was my thought? Oh, they had to let a lot of really good people go. And then when you do that, the people that are left, the writing's on the wall for them. They're like, oh, man, I have to do the work of 5 people now. All my old good coworkers are gone. Am I next? I've been through it several times. I understand how it is, and it really hurts. It really hurts to be there and to know, is this it? Is this on the decline? Am I next? Am I going to lose my job? Should I be looking elsewhere? Should I bother putting in all my effort? So then things start to decline. They expanded their product offerings, and they made some good ones. I thought the Blockbuster Rewind was really cool. Matter of fact, I just found this yesterday and was reminded I love these pins that Mike and his team are making for the conventions. This is really nice. Did they really, Nadu? Oof, crazy. So that hurt them. And then we got the economy in decline. That really hurt them. There's a lot of people. I saw that we have a record amount of credit card debt now, ever. And a huge chunk of it was just added for Christmas to the tune of like billions and billions and billions of dollars. It's crazy how much people have overextended themselves for Christmas presents and this time of year. Groceries are going up. We see these comments all the time. Fast food is going up. Everything's getting too expensive and people are feeling the pinch. And guess what? If you had any disposable income before, it's starting to go away. I think we saw it this year, and I'm not dogging anybody, with our Extra Life efforts. People just couldn't donate as much as they had in the past. I personally have really had to back off because of lack of income, and I'm only picking very certain things. I've more than doubled down on NFTs because, one, I've been successful at it and I'm making a profit if I sell those pops, but 2, I enjoy collecting it and it's content. I'm essentially paying for something to do for content here. So it's a business decision. If I were not making content here, I probably wouldn't be going as heavy on the NFTs. Everything's going up by my paychecks. We see that a lot too. I see the numbers from a lot of people looking at house values, food values, the cost of inflation, but the lack of increase in paychecks. These companies make more and more money, but they pay their employees less and less and less. Guess what? That hurts the economy. People can't go out and buy things, then your company hurts. If you pay your employees a fair wage as a percentage of what you're making, then they have money to put into the economy, and thus your company does better in the long run. It's pretty basic math that they choose to ignore. And finally, last thought on that, I could put together a dissertation on this. My last thought on this is the negative sentiment in the community. Funko for a long time was on a rise. There was a lot of positivity, camaraderie. There was a Nerds Unite feel to being part of the Funko family. That started to take a hit right at the beginning of COVID when they had the layoffs, and then it took more of a hit as time went on. And now you've got I could name, and I'm not going to because I'm not giving them any publicity here. I can name 5 accounts that say they are Funko fans, or say they are out there trying to help Funko by pointing out problems, who are simply just spewing so much negativity, and in a lot of cases, very wrong commentary, very uneducated comments about why Funko is so horrible these days. The screen froze? That's for you, Cracknack. I think everything's working on this end. Anybody else want to confirm that? I'll double check on YouTube since I'm watching the live feed there. Yeah, it's still going. It's such a shame that these people who are self-proclaimed fans of a brand are doing everything they can to point out the mistakes and or problems that this company they love is making, and they don't realize it, but they are eroding the fandom. They are slowly but surely spewing this hate, and then people who don't comment, who just watch it, take it as scripture and go, yeah, that company's really hurting. There's a lot of they're just messing up left and right. They messed up again today. They made another mistake here today. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. If I had a company, I would be listening and being, what can we do to fix it? I don't think Funko can do much at this point, because even when they win, they lose. There's so many people out there who are watching and just going, oh, yeah, that was good, but what about all these mistakes? Nessa says, tell me some more. I need a YouTube video in this. We talk about this all the time. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to put it out there as a YouTube video. I mean, it technically will be, but how many people are going to go back and watch for all this data and for these minuscule, for all these detailed conversations? We have customers that come in asking questions. They need more positivity. That's what we need. If we band together as a group, I'm talking about not just the Nerds Unite community, but hundreds and thousands of fans, and we stopped feeding into the leaks and the hate and watching and supporting those who create content that spews hate and anger and ridicule towards these companies, we could turn the tide. We could turn the boat. I liked one of those content creators, then their hatred started to sicken me. I have since unfollowed, unsubscribed to all their content. We need more of that. We need more of that. But it's like a zombie horde. You know what it is? I just watched Gremlins the other day, and I love this scene when spoiler if you haven't seen it, when Stripe jumps in the pool at the YMCA, and then we don't see it. I think it's beautiful filmmaking in that we don't see that moment. But then your first chance to see it is them coming in the snow, like running through the snow, and you eventually see how many there are. That right there is the wave of Funko hatred. All these people jumping on board, not knowing where they're going, just jumping in. There you go. Find us. Yeah, I ruined it for you. But that's the horde, the angry horde of anger towards Funko, and so many. Stripe's the only one that knows what's going on in that situation. Stripe's the leader. He's represented by all those groups I'm talking about. The rest of them are just following along stupidly because they assume Stripe is right, and they all die because of it. Spoiler alert again. They all go to watch Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and die. And Stripe, guess what? He wasn't in there. Anyway, there's my commentary on my soapbox. I think Funko could easily turn the boat around. Well, pretty easily. Turn the boat around, make some changes, get back in the good grace of the fans that matter. The only problem is they are going up against the zombie horde. And it's a shame. Let's see. People like yourselves are really an asset to Funko. To Nessa says Walking Miracle. I completely agree. Nick and Nessa are doing great things at My Pops. I wish Funko would even support them. That is something I asked for when I was there. Is like, can we support these like comic book shops and smaller retailers? And again, it's business. I'm not bad mouthing them. They would tag and put the links in for Target or for Small Fart or for these bigger creators and these big companies. And I was like, man, that's rough if you're a small company to not even ever get a shout out. Papa Duo says definitely has gotten bad. Nessa says we preach happy and love all the time. We have to if we want Funko to continue. That's the message. That's the message. Misty says big surprise. The couple who hates on Funko are quote unquote just joking when repeating over and over they should run Funko while they push their own designer toy. I'm not mentioning any names. I hear you. Dang, now I can't watch for Gremlins. I love it, Finest. I think what really knocked Funko down, this is Shepard's comment this year, was Fun Days. That hurt them a ton after everything that had already happened up till that point. So, yeah, I mean, again, not to point out all the problems, but you had probably the biggest problem was the stickering issue with the exclusives versus shared same pops. That was a problem. You had the sandwich, which people can't seem to let go of. It was funny for 5 minutes, but people keep still talking about it. You didn't have any protos. I'm surprised that wasn't the big conversation that came out of it. Will they sell out for Fun Days next year? Absolutely. Will there be a whole lot of my friends and people there, and I hope to be one of them, that's there having a great time, catching up with friends and loving it? Absolutely. Unfortunately, they're not the loud group. The loud group is the anger and the hate. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on Funko. Absolutely. I want Funko to succeed. If there's anything else that comes out of this, I'm talking about a company that laid me off and never bothered to look back, right? And am I a little bitter? Probably. Should I let it go? Absolutely. But I still want to see them succeed because I have so much of a collection and I continue to add to it. And I love those. I love the pops. I'm going to always love the pops. I don't care what happens. I'm gonna have my favorites that I'm gonna love forever. I've got things with stories like Sully blocks proto, like Sully proper color blocks. That's the one in the world. I've got protos. I've got customs. I love it all. I don't want it to fail. I want it to succeed and be a part of lives for generations to come. What happened to Brian Mariotti? Is he just gone from Funko? So the way I understand it, and I wouldn't want to put any rumors out in the world, so I'll say exactly what I've heard from credible sources. He stepped down as CEO. That was public information. And then he was either removed from or stepped down from the board. What I don't know is, at one point, the rumor was, this was a rumor, he still owned a huge chunk of Funko, like a 10 or 20% ownership. He might still. I don't think they could do anything legally to force him to share his ownership. I would love to see that proven somewhere, but I don't know how you would even look that up. The only thing I know is that when Funko went public, back when I was at Funko, which was at 2018, 2019, 2018 probably, when they went public, I thought when you went public, your entire company went up for sale, essentially, at the stock, and you got in a huge influx of cash, and then you're owned by the stockholders, and you spend the cash to grow the company. I even went to business school. I didn't understand this. They didn't put the whole company up. They only put up a percentage of the company. So even if the stock went to zero and delisted, Funko still exists. That's simply one part of the company. Now, things in the background could have changed since it went public, and since I heard that. They could have sold to other private financing companies. They could have, I don't think they did, it would be public, but I think they could put more of the value of the company, the ownership of the company into the stock, sell more stock, increase the value of the stock, etc. I don't think they did any of those things. So there's this really good chance that a private firm and Brian Mariotti still owns like 70% of the company, and the stock is the only part other than that. And even if the stock went away, you still have a very valuable company. Food and protos were my issues. Crack Knight Nork sounds like a Sherlock Holmes rival, maybe as a villain. Talking to Brian Mariotti. But I had fun. My family had fun. And I'm glad for that. I wish y'all had gotten protos, but without My Pops, I'm sure I would have backed off a bit, says Callard. By the way, I'm wearing my My Pop shirt today. Don't forget to go leave a comment on their Instagram post for today. I assume there is a live tonight. I haven't looked. I've been busy with the blends and stuff today. Make sure to support My Pops. All you got to do is go like their post and leave a comment for a chance to win a prize. And then watch their live tonight starting at 5 p.m. Pacific. You got to have your comments in before 4 p.m. Pacific. Nadu says, it's a silver lining. If you weren't let go by Funko, would you be streaming at the same time? Most likely no. because I got to know you better and call you a brother through your streams. Oh, thank you, brother. It's been rough, but I feel deep down 2024 is going to be the turnaround for you. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I will always love Funko, says Dustmans. That's great. I see. That message needs to be out in the world a lot more. A lot more. Misty says, from a staff member. So we'll take this. I don't know who the staff member is, but that's the credit. He stepped down from the board. No proof that the employee wasn't just telling BS. Well, we know one way or another he left the board. It's how. Could he have stepped down? Sure. Could he have been forced out? Sure. We probably will never know. Nessa, we are always live. My pop's doing some great stuff. I couldn't agree more. Finest, if you ever get a chance to go up to the Detroit area, I hope you get to go visit, because your energy and their energy together, you guys would have the best time. Have you met Nick and Nessa, Finest? I hope you have. If not, you should. You guys would absolutely jive. Yeah, I can't say it enough. Nick and Nessa really provided me a bit of a lifeline during COVID and bringing me out to their shop. They didn't have to do that, and they did, and it means the world to me because I got to go meet them, and they become really dear friends. And even though we don't talk regularly, it means the world to me. They were one of the only, a couple stores. I have some friends like Pop and Beards and a few others that have been kind as well, but they went above and beyond. Callard says, the Finest comes here, dinner on me. There you go, Finest. Go to Detroit. Get booked. Get your hotel and airfare booked. Let's go. Yeah, fourth curator. I mean, you could Google it and you could read. I'm sure that if you could find an actual article from a credible investment website or a news source, a real news source, you could get the details as it was provided, whatever press release went out. I'm sure they word that in a certain way on purpose, but Punk said they're about 8 hours from me, but might be worth the drive. You should plan for next year, right around Halloween time. They had an anniversary party at the store. That's usually around when we're raising money for Extra Life. I bet next year is no different. You should plan for that. That'd be awesome. I would love to go back one day. Just wasn't in the cards this year with the move and everything. But next year, possibly. That would be really cool to take Kelly up there and have some fun checking out their store and seeing Detroit again. Pop and Duo says, we know people who have traveled 4+ hours to get to My Pops and well worth it. I mean, honestly, you take Pop and Duo, who have been there. I met them there. You take My Pops, you Callard, Nick, Nessa, Finest, all you guys in the chat. If we could all come together, I mean, we are Nerds Unite, but if we could come together and really do something to help right that ship, we could. But how do we do that? I don't know the answer other than to perpetuate the positivity, share true information, debunk bad information, help people understand the joy and see the joy in collecting and be a part of it instead of seeing the hate or being part of the hate that just slowly erodes the fandom. All right, Shepard, have a good one. Giant live from My Pops, I am in. Oh, like a giant live, like a what do they call those when they raise money? A telethon? I don't think we're going to raise money for Funko. They got their money, but let's do a, everybody could donate positivity. I would love that. Just keep sharing, keep posting. Exactly. Raise how do you do that? In case I need to say it again for you guys, like posts. It doesn't have to be from me. It can be from any of these great content creators. Pop and Duo's got an amazing YouTube channel you guys should be watching. Like every one of their videos. I don't even think I have. I said this and I haven't done it. I need to do a better job. Like their videos, comment on their videos, share their videos. Do the same thing from My Pops. Share. Comments, likes, in quickly. When these posts go up, do it quickly, and that helps we've talked about the ring that goes out that helps to spread the word and make something viral. That's a bad word, but you get the gist of it. You know what that means. Do it quickly and help. Happy, positive posts. That's right. Happy, positive faces. Finest says, I have bought some minty Iron Man pops from My Pops, and they made sure to take care of my items and felt the love from Nick and Nessa. Nice, Finest. I love it. Finest says, My Pops says it the right way. 100%. 1,000,000% agree. I vouch for them 1,000,000%. Yeah. I know it's another soapbox rant, but these are things I think about and I feel, and Funko will always have a special place in my heart. I loved my time there, being able to help build that brand and perpetuate the happiness and just, it was the best. It'll never be that way again for me, but I still love the brand. I still love collecting, and I want it to be around for a long time. I love collecting these NFTs. I can't get enough of it. Okay, let's return to this. Funko Lover 30 had a question. I'm sure some new people have come in, so I wanted to hit this again. There is a Hoot and Friends blend that is live right now. You can use, I wouldn't advise it, because I'm going to give you a word of warning here. That's why you should listen before you take action. If you go to do the blend, it's a little different from normal. You need your purple shirt Hoot 2.0, that's your base, and you're going to blend that with one item to make one of these 6 possible NFTs yours, including 3 one-of-ones, a Grail, and 2 separate legendaries, either Hoot and Friends t-shirt or Sorcerer Hoot. The second item you have to blend, you'll notice no image. So you have to read and comprehend. Guess what? I have everything listed over here on the side to explain this. You can click down here, and if you have these items, they'll show. I would advise do not use the red and black Nerds Unite logo that's called Hoot and Friends, because I made a mistake. I'm going to own up to this and tell you right now, I made a big mistake. I did not leave that template open where I could produce more. I made a certain quantity, and I forgot that important step, and there's no takesies backsies. Not available anymore. So if you have to get them, you got to get them on the secondary market. You could win one from me. I might give a couple away today. Or you have the one you got for free yesterday. If you got a nice low mint number, I wouldn't advise doing the blend with one of those. You can do that blend with one of these as well, or one of these. And I'm talking about the Chemical H logo or the Black Friday logo. So any one of these, I'll pick in this case that one. I'll deselect that one, select that one. It's interesting you have to do that. So now I would be doing the blend with those 2 items. And guess what? I'm going to do one. Let me see. Oh, it's a good thing I checked. I would have blended my number 5 Hoot. Never blend without looking to see what you're putting into the blend. I need a new purple shirt Hoot. Luckily, right over here in the description, says available in drops. I go to drops, use the old eyeballs. Even though they don't work great, they work enough for me to see. There's purple shirt Hoot right on the right. I'm going to buy one of those. Available for $1.50. It's going to add it to my wallet. Now it's available for the blend. I go back to the blend. Blends. Remember the navigation within the project. We're still within the Nerds Unite Us project because this stays up here the whole time. I go to the blend. Try this again. By default, which one has it picked? It picked the wrong one because it's still calculating the mint number of the one I just bought. Anytime you get a mint on demand item, which purple shirt Hoot 2.0 is, it won't know the mint number for a few minutes. I know it's going to be a high number, so I don't care. I'm going to use it. I'm going to deselect 5, select that one. Now that's the one I'm going to blend. And then which of these logos am I going to use? I don't want to use one of the red and black ones. I already stated that. I'm going to deselect 114. Select this one, number 76. I now have my 2 items in. It says 1 item selected, 1 item selected. I'm ready for the blend. I hit blend. Don't pull a 101. Don't pull a 101. Beauty of that is, Allie, you can buy another one. I got a Sorcerer Hoot. And they looked a little weird on screen. That's not how they appeared before. But I can easily go to my NFTs and see which one was just added to my wallet. I got Sorcerer Hoot, mint number 60 of 65. There you go. That's how you do it. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. I know these can be a little confusing sometimes, these blends, but I really try to do everything I can to write it out. So if you're ever struggling with how it works, read. I know sometimes that can be difficult. I'm not making fun of anybody. I literally know that for some people, reading can be difficult to comprehend. I try to keep it short and sweet. Right here, it's all written out. There's a bulleted item list to help. Everything's written out. If you think I could put some verbiage in there that would help, some copy that would help others understand, I'm open to it. I'm open to hearing what you have. Nadu asks if any of the 101s are still available. The easiest way for us to do that is to go over here. Actually, I have one pulled up on the screen now. I'm over in Atomic Hub looking at the templates that I created because we can see who owns these. If I scroll down, this one is still available. Gold is owned by blend.nft, which means it's still in the pool, and you could get it if you did the blend. You have I forget what the percentage chance was, but that's listed on Nifty Blocks. One of the other 101s was the Fantastical. It is still in the blends and available. And the last one was the Magical Glow. And it is still in the blends. Now you may be going, oh, is this rigged? Why are they not coming up? There's still 98 of the original 137 blends left. So it could happen at any time. Mistakes make magic. I like it. In this case, it's perfect. That's a perfect phrase. What was the amount and supply at the bottom? Is that new? Amount and supply. Where at the bottom of what? Oh, you mean of that individual one I just got? Like if I'm looking at my wallet, you were looking at Nifty Blocks, that they just have one representation of it. It's the same NFT. If I go here, it's the same thing. This is the 60th NFT of a supply of 65. You just saw it shown in a different way on Nifty Blocks. What you always have with these NFTs, and we haven't talked about this in a long time because I just assume we're so far down the road, but somebody may be new to NFTs. When you have an NFT in your wallet, it has an area called attributes, and that's what we're looking at here. There's a lot of very helpful information in here if you know what you're looking at. And I remember looking at it for the first time and going, ooh, I don't know what this means. What does this thing do? I didn't know. We could take a quick second to explain that. Two pieces of information that won't really affect you probably. One is the template ID. When I make an NFT, I have to make what is essentially a cookie cutter. And the cookie cutter is the template to make all the other NFTs. Or like if you ever see them do screen printing, it's like the screen print thing with the holes in it that allows the ink through. That number is going to be the exact same, that template ID on every one of these Sorcerer Hoots that looks just like this. It'll be different for the 101s because they're not identical, right? Then you have the NFT ID number. That is actually specific to the mint number for this template. I don't know why we need both, but we do. That's a unique number that is only for this NFT. It's not duplicated anywhere else. That NFT ID is like the serial number for this NFT. Owner, that's my wallet because I own that one. Mint number, 60 of 65 with a max of 65. What's that mean? I have currently minted 65. The max means no more than 65 can ever be made. If you look at some of my other NFTs that I've made, I've left them open, like Purple Shirt Hoot. So the max will be infinity. Unless I ever go and cap it, I can make as many of those as I want in perpetuity, forever. So when you're looking at NFTs and you're determining a value on things, like I often look at Skunky Chunks NFTs, it'll say like you have number 2 of 10, and out to the side, if it says max 10, I can rest assured there will never be more than 10 of those in the world. If it says max infinity, I don't think it has as much value because they can make more if they wanted to. So I'm very careful about that. And also you may see a little flame symbol out here to the side if any have ever been burned. We can look at that on another NFT. Is it burnable? In this case, yes. You could make an NFT non-burnable, i.e. none will ever be taken away from the total supply. Burnable is important because if we're going to do blends, they get burned. In other words, they are destroyed forever. They never come back. Is it transferable? That's important. Most NFTs are, but you'll get what are called NTTs, non-transferable tokens, for things like memberships. I have some NTTs for Skunky Chunks that are basically my stamp of approval for them to know this person is a real collector. They're not flipping. They own this NFT. They can choose to not honor that at some point and move on to another NTT and have done that to keep the flippers out. It's really awesome. And then the rest is pretty self-explanatory. It's some very interesting things come out of this. Let's look at one of the logos that is infinity but has a bunch burned, like the Powerpuff Girls ones. If I go to Nerds Unite, that's the collection. And I go to templates, and I go to the Powerpuff Girls one, inspired by Powerpuff Girls one. Sorry, it's called Chemical H. So look at, now we see different attributes. Template ID, again, that's the cookie cutter. But look, Issued supply 193, but 97 of those have been burned. I.e., there are only, what does that bring that down to? Take 97 out of that, you're looking at 96 are left in the world. More could be burned, and it could come down. But for right now, only 193 have ever been issued, 97 have been burned. But guess what? Max supply, infinite. I can make as many of those as I want. This is why when I was telling you guys earlier, let's look at another one. When I was telling you guys, be careful, don't blend this one, I made a mistake because I made max supply 120. I should have left that as infinite. Luckily, you guys were listening. Most of you, only 3 of you burned the free logo from yesterday to do the blend. And I can tell that by looking right here. The attributes are so very helpful. When I make mine, there's additional attributes down here as well. You ever want to know something about an NFT? I try to write a good description that says things like, hey, you know, there's a little playful story here at the beginning about HOOT, but at the end, this NFT was originally given away for free to collectors who visited Sully's stream on Tuesday, December 12th. Doesn't say anything about it being available for purchase anymore or anything like that, but there's some information in there that's helpful. Is the blend influenced in any way by the items we pick to blend? No. When I create the blend template, the blend page, this right here, I go in, and I can show you guys in the background if you think it'd be interesting for you. Watch. I think it's interesting. I'm going to my dashboard for creating here. And if I go to blends, and I go to that blend, I'm going to go to edit it so you can see how I originally did it. I have to give it a name, stuff like that. But look, I have to go in and go, okay, these are the templates people could get. The odds, I actually have to put in how many they could get. It calculates the percentage. I have to put in which items or ingredients that you could turn in. And you can see here that I filtered and said, only where the names are these 3 things can it be used for a blend. I wanted it to say any NU logo, but it wouldn't accept that. So this was the best thing I could do, was to say, here's the 3 templates that can go in. I give it a title. I give the cover image. That's the cover image right there. I decide if there's a video or which category it goes in. I haven't made a video for unpacking yet. I'd love to do it one day. I don't have those technical skills. Category. Or if you notice, there's Birds Unite as a category. There's HOOT as a category. I can do a full description using, you know, basic markup language. Number of uses, which is the total number of blends. If I don't put that, it won't go live. I can limit your accounts, your cooldown, when it goes live, when it ends. I can make it secure. I can hide it. I can have a reveal video, etc. But nowhere in there can I say, based on someone putting in a certain NFT, give them a higher likelihood of pulling something. And this leads to a bigger part of the conversation for all of what Funko does too. All these people talking about loaded packs. I know you guys are joking, but some people are serious. There's no loaded packs. There's nothing in their programming that would allow for such a thing. Barry the 1 Foot Protogen. What's up? How are you now? My name is Sully. I'm a variety streamer, Twitch partner. We're talking about NFTs today. In case you've heard of them before, hopefully you've heard good things. We love collecting NFTs. We collect a lot from Funko, as you can see in the background here a little bit. I've got a bunch of the physical pops that I've gotten from collecting Funko NFTs, but I also create my own. Oh, Pop and Duo got a Sorcerer Concept Blend. Love it. Thank you, Pop and Duo, for the support. We have a lot of fun with it, and I love to help people understand it and navigate it and learn. Our motto here is Nerds Unite. You'll see this pop up out of the corner every once in a while that says the motto. You also see it right here in the form of a logo I just made recently for an NFT. We're here to help each other. It's the positive space. I don't tolerate negativity, people talking badly to each other, anything like that. It's family friendly. I don't curse, except every once in a while by accident. It happens. But we're here to help each other. I consider myself an educator, especially in the NFT space. Nifty Blocks is doing the math, so we know it's correct. That's right, Misty. S-tier descriptions just like S-tier shipping. Thank you, Natty. Blended before jumping in the stream. Got the Magical Glow Sorcerer HOOT. Oh, you got the 101. Nice, Montasuerte. One of the 101s. Barry says, I'm glad I found a stream that does not care that I am a furry. Okay. We didn't know that till that comment. We may need to see your very first NFT design to now. Oh, you guys want to see the very first NFT design? We can do that. Oh, I was in the right place. If we go to my Nerd Unite collection, which I'm in right now, and we sort the templates, which I'm coming up on 700 unique NFTs that I've created since beginning this. A few are error templates. It happens, so it's more like 685 probably. But hey, I should celebrate lucky number 7 with something special. If I go to created oldest, this is going to flip the script, and these are the very first NFTs I made. Now, you look at them and you go, boy, those look like garbage. It's got even no design. What you don't know by looking at that is these were created in Illustrator. I originally created one of these one-of-one NFT or stickers that were the basis for this is actually at My Pop's store. They have it there on display, or did. These I created as stickers first using Posca pens, markers like this. And then I recreated them as NFTs to celebrate me getting into NFTs. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go figure. My lucky number's 5. And these came out on 5/5 several years ago. And those are my first ones. And then from there, I started experimenting with, animation a little bit using, this was actually Illustrator, not even After Effects, for Pride. And then when Funko started making NFTs, I made some in the style of Funko. Barry, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. You don't collect NFTs, but I have a few Funko Pops. Really? Welcome to the club, then. We got a lot of Funko collectors here. And then they evolved. I realized I needed to get away from, making my NFTs a little bit too much like Funkos. You got some templates in there designed by my friend Dr. Crispy, so I guess I haven't designed all the templates in there. We did the big Halloween drop for 2021. That was a lot of fun. A lot of NFTs went out for that, and recently you could use some of those for a blend. I may do some more stuff like that in the future. Had some real fun animation. Here's a one-of-one I made that Ventra actually won. I don't know if he still has it or not. I'm not going to look. We've done some extra life ones. We did the Superb Owl, which I plan on bringing back this year, which actually could win some of you some wax and some one-of-one NFTs. We did the Light It Up, which I owe pins on. I know. I'm working on that currently. I really had a lot of fun with this drop. I was learning After Effects, and some of the stuff that came out of this was so fun. I think one of my favorites is definitely this one. I just love the way that looks. It's so fun. Misty, you still have the original? Nice. I have that Superb Owl sticker on my Yeti cup. Nice, Incredible Hulk. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I did print. I had you guys pick which was your favorite, and I did print a small batch of stickers around that one design. Yeah, but anyway, it's evolved over time, and then at some point along the way, oh, it flipped. At some point along the way, I don't remember how long ago, I decided that I needed a mascot, and that's where we brought in HOOT. Actually, HOOT appeared first, I guess, in the Superb Owl before I decided to make an official mascot, and HOOT was born. This is a very sad early version of HOOT, which I kind of like the derpiness of it at this point. I think it's fun. Overall, 1,327 of those were issued. 1,182 have been burned for blends and whatnot. And you can buy one for 33 cents. Derpy derp, exactly. I might be back soon. I got to go do someone's commission. All right, best of luck, Barry. Anyway, it's been a fun ride. I have really enjoyed learning about NFTs and creating and educating. And I still think, we talk about this almost once a week at least, I still think we're early to NFTs. I think the world is going to get more and more on board as time goes by. And in 5 to 10 years, we may be looking back going, dang, I got those early skunky chunk NFTs and they are valuable now. Or it could all go by the wayside and burn and not be a thing. But I don't think that's the case. Exactly, Walking Miracle. All thanks to a family Pictionary night. And my stepmother going, why didn't you just draw an owl? Argentina accepted Bitcoin as legal payment. Wow, that's big. That is really big. Well, I mean, you've got a world of crypto. You've got a world of NFTs that are built on crypto. The success of one doesn't necessarily indicate the other will be successful, but the more widely adopted cryptocurrency is, the better for the overall discussion, because more people will become comfortable with it. I think the real win for NFTs will come from people's adoption of acceptance of collecting digitally. And I was way ahead of this. Topps, back in the day, Topps had digital baseball cards, which I still own. It was called, what was it called? E-Topps. We've talked about this a little bit in the past. I'm able to log into my eTops account somewhere. Their website, look, this will give you an indication of how old it is. Look, this is the website when you could log into eTops. You could go in there and collect baseball cards digitally. They would drop them. You would buy them, not packs, but you would buy individually. And what was really interesting about it, this was, let's see if we can determine a year from the eTops. I was still at my first job out of college, so we're probably going back to like 2005 to 2010, somewhere in there. Oh, here we go. I think this is an eTops. I'm trying to get some good images of. I guess here's one definitely for sure on this. But what would happen is you would buy the individual card. They would hold the card. And if you ever wanted to, you could pay a small fee to have the actual printed card sent to you, which would effectively take it out of your account. But until then, you had an electronic baseball, basketball, football card that you owned. They don't support the system anymore, which is a real bummer, because if they did, I have like Albert Pujols rookies and some really cool ones from back in the day that would be probably very, very valuable. Funko retweeted a post from Stephen King, stated, "I gotta have a Feldman Funko." Oh, that's pretty funny, Misty. But I thought eTops was really cool, and here's an early LeBron card. If we look them up on eBay, you can actually purchase some of the physical ones. And I kind of wanted to add some of these to my collection. Here's old Sammy Sosa. These are the ones people sent off for the physical ones. They're pretty cool. They did have limited edition ones. You can see the quantity. Does it tell you on the Sammy Sosa? Look, there was a foil serial number for the card if you got him. Oh, Kerry Wood. Wow. I remember Kerry Wood was a pitching phenom for the Cubs. This is all Cubs ones. When you got the physical one sent to you, it came in a hard case like this, guaranteed to be minty, had a foil seal at the bottom to indicate it hadn't been tampered with, had the license or the serial number on the back. These were a great idea. They were ahead of their time. These are 2001 eTops cards. That tells you how old they are. 20 years before NFTs started to really take off. Topps had tried it with electronic Topps cards. And I thought it was genius. And I would love to see if I can actually log into that account. Let me see if I can here. I can't remember if I saved it on this computer or not. To see, the site is slowly but surely falling apart. I really had hoped maybe they would let us convert them to NFTs at some point. Now, my username and password is not saved there. And I have no idea what it is. I'll have to go back and do some research to see if I can get in there again. Savage, it should be updated down below. If you see the address has... that's not the right one. I think the right one is down below. I'm confirming. The one on Judson Street. Judson. That is correct. Papanduo says, yes, I had the hockey card eTops. I redeemed most of them. Oh, nice. So you actually got the physical ones. BlackRock is about to get a Bitcoin EFT. Really? Interesting. Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential in NFTs and cryptocurrency, and it's just going to take time. And who knows? It could totally turn in the way they do it, and all the stuff that we currently have could be useless. Or the world could adopt wax specifically They could finally get smart. One big project would go, oh, wax is where we should have been all the time. And then people are going to come in, flood the system. Wax P goes through the roof. Old NFTs become a thing. You know, things go in and out of, they flow in and out of being popular or not. I think Wax has done some pretty amazing things in making the transactions easy, allowing creators like myself, like basically no cost to come on board. Versus over on Ethereum, it's taking companies to do it because it's so expensive. It is not for the faint of heart. It requires a lot of money. All right, good conversations today. I hope I didn't bore anybody to death or offend anybody with any of my commentary. Like I said, I definitely need to create a video today around what happened with the Funko drop with Mickey. I hope you guys will watch it when it goes up. If you haven't already, please support me by subscribing to my YouTube channel, which I can't drop links here. It may be down below the stream, or you can just look up the same name I have here on Twitch, CS Sully. Look that up on YouTube, or look up Nerds Unite Us over on YouTube. You can watch the lives over there. You can support my content creation of my videos over there, watch my shorts, watch any social posts I do, etc., etc., etc. It's something I needed to do for a long time, and I'm finally doing it. Oh, thank you, Port. Appreciate you. I'm creating another one this afternoon. So here's a good point. Here's a good time. My video today is going to be what happened with the Mickey and Friends drop from Funko. It is not an attempt to take a stab at Funko or drop, but merely to outline and define and explain what others have done a horrible job of talking about. People need to understand. There you go, Callard. Like eat my shorts, but watch my. I should make that graphic. People, if they want to get into collecting NFTs, maybe there are plenty of those people I feel like that are out there that are like, I want to, but there's a lot of negativity and people are just talking bad about it, so it's probably stupid. Maybe they're just curious enough to click on a video and go, what did happen? I'd like to understand this. So this is an opportunity to break down that drop from yesterday from Mickey and Friends and kind of say, like, important topics I want to talk about, what is at the end for sure, like, what is the final number, final counts for Grails, Legendaries, royalty sets, now that 44% or whatever it was burned. And I promised we'd come back around to this, so that now would be a good time. Let's look at Pop and Stock's website, one of the best utilities in the world for all of us collecting Funko NFTs. If we look at Mickey and Friends, let's see what data he's got here. Surprise reminder. Not a surprise. Reminder at the top, if you're trying to buy any gifts for anybody for Christmas, they got up to 85% off on Entertainment Earth up there. And if you click that banner, you're supporting Pop and Stock. He gets 10%. Oh, you get an extra 10% off any in-stock purchase, and he gets a kickback. So if you can't afford to support him by buying his NFTs, which I would recommend, you do have the option to support him by making purchases using that link. If you're going to buy anything from Entertainment Earth ever, come here first, click on the banner, go over there, get your extra 10% off, and help him out. Man, one day Funko should do redeemable one-of-one pops. Can you imagine? See, I've talked about this before, Port. I don't understand. This is not a hit at you. This is not a hit at you. I think you're right in a way. People keep asking, what do the one-of-ones do? The one-of-ones, or what do I get for a one-of-one? You got it. You got a one-of-one. The value is in the rarity. But I think it'd be really cool if they did something with the protos for the NFTs. So, i.e., either if you get a one-on-one, you get a proto, or how about if you get a special NFT that's a proto NFT, you can redeem that, get a coin for it at Snapshot and turn it in and get the proto. Plus, Callard, I think you're hinting at this. Making a one-of-one pop is a very expensive idea. What they could do is take the royalty and they could paint a copper, a silver, a gold, and they could put them in a special box with a special sticker. They could, but again, I don't understand why. The rarity of the one of one is the benefit to owning the one of one. The value, because they sell anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars, is that it's a one of one. I think people miss that because a lot of people deem NFTs as having no value unless you get a physical item for it. And I think that's a horrible take on it. They're missing the fun of the digital collectibles, in my opinion. That's all it is. So what I'm looking for in this conversation here, guys, is what things do you think I should talk about in this video? I'd love your feedback on this. Remember, I'm not dogging Funko. I'm not dogging Drop. What I'm simply trying to do is kind of do a, what they call it, a post-mortem. I probably won't use that word, those words here in the video, but a breakdown of what happened. What maybe could have been done differently that would have led to a better success rate for the drop. Right here on Pop and Stock's website, this goes to Jedi's commentary earlier. Somebody said it was 44%. I think that's what the basic math on the number of packs burned was. But the true math is how many of the NFTs that we might have had access to had those packs not been burned are now inaccessible. And that's a hard concept to relay quickly, but when you go to open a pack, the cards aren't already in the pack. You think about it from a Pokemon sports card perspective of, I buy a pack from a shelf, I open it, the cards are already in there. Thus, if the pack is burned, all the NFTs are burned. That's not the case. In the world of NFTs, your pack is simply like your access code that gives you the NFTs from the pool. And I'm going to do a graphic for this, but I've done this before, and hopefully this is helpful to you guys, and I'm going to try to explain it in the video a little better with a better graphic. But if you think about there's a pool, a funnel, of all the NFTs for Mickey and Friends. So it started with however many hundreds of thousands of NFTs there were. And then, so here's the big funnel. It's a horrible drawing of a funnel. They're all in there, and they're only going to come out through the bottom of that funnel when you open a pack. So you come along and you open a pack. That's your card. If you open a standard pack, it's going to pull the next 5 NFTs out of there, plus possibly a bonus coin or a one of one, which I can only imagine come from another pool. I don't know how I'm going to relay this, but you've got another pool of one of ones. In the case of Mickey, there weren't any one of ones, and coins. Every once in a while, when you open your pack, it's going to go pull the 5 or 15 from the NFT's barrel up there, the pool, and then it might pull a one-of-one or a coin over as an extra item. Give you a 6th or a 16th item. Then you get the NFTs in your wallet and you go about and do whatever you want. Here's the problem. There's only so many packs, right? Funko decided with Drop yesterday, and like they have on a lot of drops, to go and remove a bunch of the packs. They say it removed them from circulation or burned. When you take out all those packs, you now have a finite number of packs that can access the pool, but you still have a ton of NFTs in the pool. So here's the problem. There's a bunch of grails, legendaries, and stuff up in here. There's a bunch of coins up in this other pool, but they're trapped in there forever. We could open every remaining pack on the market. Every single one could be open, and there would still be thousands of NFTs trapped in here that will never be accessible by anyone. So when they say they burned packs, they didn't actually burn the NFTs. They burned the packs. But what happens is we now do not know exactly how many grails, legendaries, epics are left in the pool that will never be accessed. So we can never say definitively there could only be 500 or whatever the quantity might be. We can do that in a second. There can only ever be 478 grails. Not true. There could be a little fluctuation based on the odds. Could be 460, could be 490, could be exactly 478. We don't know. I remember when you rated yesterday, it says 96, and one of the people were frustrated because they couldn't get rid of the pack they purchased because they couldn't move it to Atomic Hub because they want wax because they are in New York. So they checked the box that says, I understand what a drop exclusive is. And then they didn't read. And then they were stuck with something. Yep. Crackneck North. Yes, that's what I always say. It should be the open and burn, open and burn, open and burn. It would take a lot of time on their part. They could probably write some code that would do it. But then what we would see when we went to the templates for, because guess what? We can see the templates. If we go to Disney and we look at the templates, if we look at packs right now, let's go all the way down to packs, or I'll just search. If we go to pack right now, let's see if they actually did it. They did. They literally burned. So removing from circulation was an unfortunate change in terminology that they probably shouldn't have done. Between what they burned and what was opened, a total of 19,691 of the original supply of 21250 has been burned. So that's a combination of them burning and us opening packs, which means there are currently only 1,559 premium packs left in the world that are unopened. We don't know what's in those packs, and we don't know what's going to be left in the pool. Same thing for the standard. We could do that math. Now, here's where the fail comes in. If we look at the Minnie Mouse Grail, we see there is an issued supply of 999, but none have been burned. Technically, that's true. But if we do the math and we say, okay, 52.76% of everything has been burned or made not available anymore. 999 times 0.52, I'll just round to 52%, meaning there are actually, that's 519, so 999 minus 519 means there are only going to be around 480, give or take, probably a fair fluctuation. Could be 470, could be 490, somewhere in there. There can only be that many pulled from packs ever in the world. They may not all get pulled. By the time we look at the final numbers of this on the number of pops delivered, we're probably looking at around 450 of the coins have been pulled, and lower will actually be delivered because people don't go through the actual process of turning in the coins. So we're looking at possible Minnie Mouse Disney Funko Pop with an exclusive sticker on there with the wrong number, sadly, but limited to 480. Does anybody remember that number? What's on a Sully Flocked? What's on a Gold Loki? What's on a Lotso Pop? Just happens to be 480. What are the odds of that? And what are those worth? They're terribly valuable. They're so exclusive. They're so rare. It doesn't matter where they came from. It doesn't matter where they came from. There's still only going to be 480 less of these Minnie Mouse Pops in the world, which is why I've been keeping an eye on this page. And if the price came down enough, I was going to purchase. Let's look at the Grail right now. If I go to view all listings, what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 of them lower than $180. So the question we have to always ask, and I bring this up time and time again because this is how you need to look at things, are knowing what I know, there are going to be less than 480 of these in the world. Is that pop going to be worth more than $175 once it's delivered to people via and then goes on sale on eBay, Mercari, Facebook groups, etc.? What say you, audience? Is a Minnie Mouse LE 480 worth more than $175? Natty 6, that's another good point I need to put in here. Why do they end sales before packs sell out? I don't understand that. And it's not, again, it's not a shot. Lack of understanding is fair. We have not been educated on it. No one has told us. I would love for somebody at Funko or Drop to explain it. Maybe there's a really good explanation that we couldn't possibly understand. If they'd be willing to share it, it sure would help the community understand better. Why not? Randy C, speculating, said she'll be listed for over $300, I'm guessing, when they ship. Speculation. I feel like it's fair. Yeah, it's very interesting. So what else? What are the other ones going for? Because I'm going to continue to watch this mini and see how many are for sale. If I see the 175s getting snagged up, I may go ahead and make that purchase. Because since yesterday, I have sold quite a few items from previous drops to supplement and increase my USDC balance over here. I had spent down to $100. I brought it up to another $95. Actually, I went down to $77. I'm back up to $195 by just listing some stuff for sale and then walking away. Not only that, while people are at work or commuting, 3 hours. What a joke. How many working can take a long break to deal with the drop? Not many. Yes, I'll put that note in here. People are busy. Working. Life. Kids. People get very little real warning that these drops are coming. i.e., they're announced a week and a half or 2 weeks before the drop at most. And then they are not repetitively told the drop is coming on this date. It is only told a few times. If you're not in that world, it's really easy for you to miss it. Then you come in on yesterday was the 12th. Come on in December 12th at 4 p.m. and you go, oh, yeah, dang, the Disney dropped today. Okay, I'll go grab some packs. Oh, wait a minute. The packs aren't available. They've been deleted? They're removed from, what does that mean? Oh, well, I missed it. Oh, wait, no, you didn't. But they don't know about the secondary market. Then they go to the secondary market. Maybe they get lucky enough to see that. They go there and they go, oh, okay, I'm going to buy this. I'm going to use a credit card. Wait a minute. I can't buy with a credit card anymore? I thought they said I could use a credit card or Google Pay or Apple Pay or... Yeah, okay. I don't understand. I'm out. There's no link to a video to explain to you about USDC. There's no link to a video to explain the secondary market and how you can actually, like right now, premium packs are $33.90. Somebody's going to look at that and go, oh man, that's expensive. No, it's not. It's less than what I paid at retail with taxes. Allie, you're not harsh at all. You're not harsh at all. You're asking a very fair question. Very small window to purchase them on the primary market. That's great wording. That's the way to word it. Need enough lead time to plan for the time to buy it, and then also plan to have the money to buy it. I agree, Randy C. This is not buying a $9.99 pop or even a $14.99 pop plus shipping on the Funko website. This is essentially the same as buying a pack of baseball cards or Pokemon cards. Guess what? They don't cost that much, but now you got to spend $29 for a premium pack or $9.99 for a standard pack with the chance of pulling a Grail or a Legendary. That's a steep ask, I think, for most people when they have, especially this time of year too. Oh, time of year. Time of year. It's Christmas. People have spent so much money. They've had other drops right around conventions. Their own audience just spend a ton of money at an SDCC or an NYCC or a WonderCon or a Designer Con, and then within days there's a drop and they're asked to spend another higher sum of money. That should be taken into consideration probably. Is number 4 mint number a low enough mint to list for sale? Yes. Misty, the how much question is a tricky one. And my recommendation, number 4 of a common. Look at what other common low mint numbers have sold for. It's a tricky research project, but you can do it. You could look at I can show you how in a minute. We could look at some. My guess is you could ask $5 to $10 for that. Put it up at 10. Give it a few days. Lower the price. Give it a few days. Lower the price. Give it a few days. Lower the price, etc., etc. It's worth what someone's willing to pay for it. There are people that try to chase sets with all low mint numbers, and to them, the value might be up there to spend $5 or $10 on it. Might not. Don't know. You know what another thing I just thought about in this funnel scenario? In addition to Grails, Legendaries, Epics, also, how many mint number 1s, mint number 2s, how many of those are trapped in the pool? How many of those are up there that will never be accessible? And a normal drop's one of ones, which that hurts. Okay, I'm looking for new comments. I agree, 24-hour drop at least 1,000,000%. Nadu says the problem is people can't even buy on drop market because they can't get USDC easy, so sales might not be much. So we have difficulty / education around getting USDC. We have geographical limitations. Same problem we had when trying to buy wax back in the day. And this time it's even worse, because before you could buy wax from a secondary party. You could buy wax from me and I could transfer to your wallet. You could do that with USDC. It's just not as many people have USDC. At least it doesn't seem that way. So it's problematic. True. Very small window to even purchase them on the primary market. It went from 11 a.m. till 3. Was that Eastern? No, 3 o'clock our time here. So 11 to 12, 1, 2, 3. 4 hours. That's it. Yep. A 4-hour window to sell a product. Topps isn't doing that. Pokemon's not doing that. They're cranking those packs out, putting them on shelves, and they sit there until they sell, or until the retailer puts them on clearance or throws them away. You go to the Target aisle right now at any of your local stores over where they have the cards. How many Lorcana packs are sitting there? Probably 0. Probably not many. I do notice that the drop does slow down 15 minutes into the drop, but we don't know the reason. People working traffic. Well, I mean, I think everybody races to the start line. They purchase to their level of acceptance, how much money they want to spend, and then they're done. It's a mob. It's like Black Friday. Everybody's going to hit it early. And then if there's inventory left, it just depends on if people are excited about that item. Do you think with the cooldown to buy packs has slowed down the interest for Funko NFTs? No, I don't think so. I think if you're interested, you know already that you have a limited supply with hopefully high demand. We've all been there. We try over and over again to buy and have a cooldown of a couple of minutes to come back, and that's not bad at all. I think if people wanted to buy, they'd buy. They'd use multiple computers, multiple credit cards from family members, multiple Apple Pay, multiple Google Pay, whatever they had to do. If somebody made the great analogy yesterday, if the Minnie Mouse limited to 999 pieces was advertised to go on sale at Disneyland or Disney World, there'd be a line around the corner. There would be so many people that would be going and spending time, gas money. They probably going to enjoy the park one way or another, but maybe they weren't going to go that day. Now they got to get a park ticket to get a limited edition pop, although it might be sold out in the middle area there that's not in the park. So then it's just time and gas. But your time, you had to leave work. You got to go give up other things you needed to do. But now you put a 999 piece or 480 out in the world, and people can't even spend the time to go try to buy it, to get the USDC and buy it, because it's confusing. Maybe they don't think it will sell out, and leaving it open wastes more money for them, so they just burn leftovers and rinse repeat. So I'm never picking on anybody. I simply want to take a question or a comment and break it down. What, maybe you have a thought on this. What money do they lose by leaving the pack sales up? I have a theory about them trying to leave the office and close it down before they leave the office so that things don't go haywire when they're gone. That's the best working theory I have. It's a crappy one. I don't think they lose out on anything by leaving it up for sale. I mean, their website's already propped up. The credit card transactions are happening anyway. They're selling stuff on Funko.com. And if maybe there's a legal restriction, but if not, why can't they move them over and just sell them on the drop secondary market? Again, I don't know. Maybe there's a legal reason. I'm not much of a gambler and would rather just buy the redeemable I want on secondary. That's a perfectly good, acceptable answer, Punk. Yeah, so in your case, it wasn't a lack of interest. It was simply a lack of, I don't want to say guts, but you didn't want to take the risk was too high. There's the answer. The risk was too high. That's totally fair. Oh, the lack of one of ones. The lack of a Freddy royalty. Lack of one of ones. You know what would be awesome is if I do this video and do a good job, and I'm going to try really hard to present it in a way that, again, is like a post-mortem. Let's learn from it. What if somebody from Disney actually watched this? The likelihood somebody from Funko might watch it's pretty high. The likelihood, they won't respond, but they might. The likelihood that somebody at Disney watches it and goes, oh, wow, we hadn't thought about that. That's legit. That's something. Maybe we should think about that for the next time we work with Funko on one of these projects. Okay. Do you feel that a limit of 3 purchases only on a card is fine? I'm thinking people want to purchase more, but only have 1 card to purchase. So in that case, for now, I think they should be more lax on that until they get back to sellouts, and then dial it back to limiting the number of packs per person. Right now, what they need, in my opinion, to be successful and to prove to Warner Brothers and Disney and any of the other partners they work with, is that they can execute on the plan and sell out the packs and have a high-performing secondary market. They shouldn't have too many barriers to those packs selling out, in my opinion. Misty said, I can look on Atomic Hub, but for the life of me, I can't figure out how to see all the mint numbers for one NFT listed for sale. Okay, let's look at that real quick with Misty then. And I could be wrong, but I think this is possible. So in the case of, what was an example? We were looking at like a mint number 4. We can't look at that for this drop because we didn't have market data from Atomic Hub. What we could do is look at it for another drop. So let's look up Stranger Things just randomly. And you may have to do this repeatedly. Actually, let's just look up Nicktoons. You come back down to the template in hand. Let's pick one of the commons randomly. We could pick more commons if we wanted to. Actually, wait. We can filter this and look at more data. Let's go to view on market first. Sorry, I'm thinking through the process while we do it. I don't have a definitive guidebook or instructions here. Rarity, common. Now we got history. Let's go to history. It's going to show NFTs that were sold from Nicktoons that are commons. That's a lot of data. We can come down here and go mint number, and let's go 1 to 5. Or in your case, since it's a 4, let's go 4 to 5, and let's just see if any sold. All right, here we go. Professor Membrane number 5 sold for cheap. Somebody didn't know what they had. Here you go. Number 4, 61 cents. Number 5, $1.13, $1.36, 56. $4.33. This is somebody who knew what they had and put it on the market and got good value for it. Fairly good value. 367. 367. These are low mint numbers. You could look in this on every project that you want to. Unfortunately, I don't think you can filter by multiple projects at once, but it seems like my gut instinct wasn't too far off. $5 is a little over what people have been getting for it. But remember, it's what somebody's willing to pay. This is Disney. They're number 4 common, sold for $9. You dictate what you ask for it. If you're not in a hurry, then you're fine. Ask and then slowly bring down the price. But I'd give it at least a few days at each price and see what happens. What would be cool is if we could see information on like people watching that particular item like we have on eBay. Don't have that on Atomic Hub, unfortunately. Yeah, I didn't have any USDC, so I bought packs and then immediately sold them on Drop Marketplace at about cost to generate USDC that I then used to buy the redeemable and royalty NFTs. You used the workaround, Randy? Sounds like it worked great for you. Tarjan and Puma. Yeah, another drops 3 hours. People may not even get a break or lunch. Totally agree. There's a search setting that allows highest mint. There you go. We found it. Port, hey, you may have already said this, but can you still transfer Funko NFT from your Wax to your .dp account? So I said this a number of times yesterday, and this isn't picking on you, Port, but for anybody else, this is only... This drop, Mickey and Friends, is the only drop exclusive, and it has not changed anything from any other projects. All those remain the same. So you can't possibly, unless something went completely haywire, have any NFTs from Mickey and Friends that you could transfer from your Wax to your .dp account. You can't do that. In any other project that exists, absolutely. That's been a thing forever. You can send them back and forth between your DP and your Wham wallet as many times as you want and take advantage of whatever you want. In fact, I'll show you guys how I've been making some money, a little bit, by buying stuff on Atomic Hub and selling it on the Drop Marketplace. Oh, Willowbard, that's a good point too. This drop just made me more grateful for having the Discord trade channel with people I trust to trade with. So here we go. Lack of trading functionality. was a hindrance. People looked at the possibility of buying packs. Maybe some educated themselves and said, hey, I want to get in on this, but I'm thinking down the road a little bit. I can't do trades. I don't trust people. I don't have friends that are doing this. How the heck am I supposed to complete a royalty set or buy that legendary or grail I want, or trade for that legendary or grail I want? Maybe trade some epics or trade a grail for multiple. I can't do that. So I don't want to mess with this and be stuck with these items I can't do anything with. Chucky said, here's an idea. The next time there is an exclusive Disney at a park, interview some of those people and ask what they think about Funko NFT Pops. That's a great idea. Do they really need someone to monitor 24 hours through? A lot of people have drops they leave up. Punks, that's why I tell you my theories. Crap. It's just the only thing I could think of. What's up, Supernova? So it can't be the drop, Mickey and Friends, because Supernova said it's not on Atomic. I checked. It technically is on the Wax blockchain. Those NFTs were created on the Wax blockchain. However, because of it being a drop exclusive, Drop put in a system in place that kept people from transferring the NFTs from Drop back over to their Wax wallets. It's a very confusing thing. The NFTs are Wax. They are in Wax, but they are in Drop's code that sits on top of Wax, and they are stuck in that code area, that area where they're at. Even though they're Wax NFTs, you can't transfer them back over to Wax. So that's why you won't see any sales or anything like that over there, but you can go look at the templates. The Drop Monster Crate went up high? Really? When did that happen? I want to see. I got to get to that search area. Is Drop Monsters on here at all? It's got to be, right? Drop Monsters. Class of 2022. I hadn't seen that before. Lowest listing is $50 USDC. Oh, here's the reason. There's only one item for sale. It's not that $50 is not the value. Remember, I say this all the time, and it takes a while to get through to really understand it. Once you do, you're fine. The value of something is not what people are asking for it. With one item up on the market at $50, that is not the value. The value is what people pay for something. That $50 one is the only one up there. I could put one up for $45, $40, $35, $30, $25, all the way down to $10, and not a one of them may sell. The value comes into play when somebody actually purchases. There's also risk in how the pop will come. There's shipping and lack of customer support when someone has an issue. It's fair. So concerns over, and not only that, but how long it takes for the pop to come in. So we'll say concerns over physical redemptions, i.e., time to get delivered, condition. There's no options for protection. Options like stacker or protector. What else did you say? Customer service. Yes. Here's part of the problem with that. I come from a customer service background, and while I try to remain positive, people are stupid. They will send in an email or reach out in whatever way has been dictated by the platform and say, I have a problem. They won't provide enough information. This is in my experience, these things happen a lot. It's not the end all. It's not the standard. It doesn't always happen, but they don't provide enough information. They don't provide any kind of photos. They provide very little contact information. They send the email and expect a response in 10 seconds. That's not how the world works. They have a limited amount of customer service reps. They think that they deserve an answer in 10 seconds or 24 hours, and then they turn to social media channels to start blasting the company. Everybody wants now, now, now. If you got a pop that was damaged and you send an email, give them some time to actually respond. They might get back to you in a week or two and go, sorry, totally slammed. We saw your photos you provided. We were right. The condition of that box is not good. We can send you a replacement box because we have them. Or maybe the answer is, sorry, we don't have any replacements or replacement boxes. We would do this. And someone, a logical person, would go, you know what? That's fair. I don't like it, but that's fair. Yeah, I'll take the $30 you offered, or I guess I'll keep the pop. It's better than nothing. But people expect things that are a little unfair. There's exceptions to that. There are times where people have a fair request and it gets shot down because of a bad customer service situation. But I don't think it's the norm. I just think people have their expectations are too high. Or ridiculous. Just straight up ridiculous. I got a second free checking account at my bank that has a different debit card number just for that reason. Oh, that's smart, Randy. Cooldown on a credit card seems to be around an hour too, by the way. Ooh. Interesting, TB4. I didn't know that. Nadu says, excuse that people might say about this drop is about the sus announced drop. Oh, yes. Yes. That's a good point. On to post-it number 2, and I'm writing small. Leaks, which don't get me started again. Bad info about another project, which then people will go in the comments and go, the other project was Harry Potter. Well, no kidding. We know. Bad info about another drop influenced purchase. Limited funds. Can one DP account send USDC to another DP account? I don't know. In fact, if I go to USDC and withdraw, that's an option. Maybe. But you can't send it. So to clarify, you can't send it to a .dp address. But I think I could withdraw a small amount and send it to that long hexadecimal wallet that is required to transfer in the first place. So I think yes. Oh, here we go. Transferring USDC from one drop account to another is prohibited. So no. Interesting. But I could, if I withdraw it to Coinbase, which probably comes with a fee, I could then, from Coinbase, transfer it to another .dp address, which would also come with a fee. That's a shame. So the answer is no. No buy offer option either. You mean TV420, like allow somebody to make a proposed amount that they would purchase it for? Like make an offer? What are the chances of ASMR channel redemption coming back? 0. I don't like doing it. That's true too. One of my friends who is a major collector doesn't like how long it takes and would rather just budget for when it comes out. The problem with that is if enough people do that, they're going to be very limited on how much product is actually ever delivered from primary market. Thus, the secondary market is limited, and then in turn, the tertiary market, which is eBay, Mercari, etc., is limited. And eventually, they're going to see that they've priced themselves right out of being able to participate at all, because like Mini, $170, I buy it, comes out, try to go on the secondary or tertiary market, people are asking $400, and they're gonna be like, well, that's crazy. None of the other ones were that expensive. I'm out. I'm not gonna do it. Where they could have gone in for $170 or cheaper. Punk says, I would so pay a couple extra dollars for a protector. Agreed. Nadu says, yeah, Sully, where is my daily birthday NFT? Yeah, that's TB420. I guess in general, then that statement is we have lack of trading functionality and other market features i.e. offers on the drop marketplace. That's a good point. This is great, y'all. I guarantee y'all have already really clued me in on a few things that we talked about, but I forgot about. So we have a long list of things that, again, I can't say it enough, and I'll say it on the video as well. I'm not picking on Funko or Drop. We're simply looking at what are some of the factors that led to a less than stellar sell-through on the Mickey and Friends. What are some things that, if they had been different, could have made it a better sell-through? And my hope is, by doing this correctly, is the hope that so many of the other channels say they're doing, and that is to provide feedback so that Funko gets better. They do it in such a horrible way. It's not feedback at that point, it's just straight up bullying. That kind of doesn't make sense because you would be waiting either way, might as well get it cheaper. Well, I guess punked, that's you're almost right. The difference is, when does the money change hands? If I purchase Mini now for $170, I am out that $170 until when it finally hits eBay and Mercari, which I still might have been able to get it for $170, but I've been out that money the whole time. Time value of money. Your money has value while you hold it. That's why we have investments. It's a short window for most of us, and we don't earn that much on investments, but we might. I can take that $170 and invest in stock, and I might make another $170 before 6 months goes by. So I think that's probably what their argument is I don't want to give you the money now to get a pop in 6 months. I'll just spend the money then when I have it. Maybe I can save up. Maybe Mini is the one thing I've ever wanted. I'm Mini complete. Like, what if they did a Pixar drop and I didn't get a Sully Grail, and I'm like, oh, I can buy it now, but I don't have the money now. I'll save up for it. I'll put aside $10 a week I'll sell some other stuff. I'll finally have that money, and then I'll buy it on the tertiary market. That could be the argument. Well, Walking Miracle, I think nobody mentioned it here, but the first and foremost rule to all this is supply and demand. Supply versus demand. That is the top thing, the top conversation for the whole thing. Funko has made a very high supply, and the demand just isn't there. What's affecting the demand, I think, is what all these things come into play. There might be 10 million excited fans who wanted to get in on this yesterday. You guys ever seen a marketing funnel? Another funnel drawing. Have you ever seen a marketing funnel? It's very interesting stuff. You have at the top you have a funnel like this. At the very top is the total number of interested people, the demand, the true demand. And then there are these different barriers as the funnel shrinks down that influences their ability to participate or purchase. So at the top, you got 10 million people that are really interested. Well, first and foremost, money is an issue. Not everybody has the money. So then now we're down to 5 million people. 5 million people are interested, but there's a severe lack of education, and they're overwhelmed by something completely new that's going to influence them from ever getting into it. So that brings it down to 2.5 million, or 2, or 1. Let's call it a million. Then you've got inability to buy USDC or to get verified on the drop account, and now you're down to 10,000 people. And then you've got another barrier in any of the things we listed. Lack of 101s, lack of a Freddy royalty. The people didn't even find out about it in the first place. Right at the top is marketing. Nobody marketed it from Disney. But you go down, 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 and you take 10 million, and you might end up with 10,000 or 5,000 or 100 that are actually interested. The marketing funnel, it could be a much more narrow funnel depending on what those barriers to entry are. So the inside now is the new funnel based on how severe those barriers to entry are. And you go from 10 million to 100 people. All the things we're talking about are those barriers. Allie said, if they buy and get a damaged pop when they could have waited. Oh, this is also a good point. And we talked about it, but not directly in the time thing. They could have waited, paid a bit more, got a better box. But yes, the strategy doesn't work if everyone were to do it. That's a really good point. You got time and condition playing together there. So they're compounding issues. It sort of comes in with the fact that a burn happened, but supply itself is also separate. Yes, Yeah, I mean, I think learnings from previous drops is an issue. And I'm not saying they're not learning, but maybe the formula that they're applying is wrong. We talked about it before. You got supply versus demand is one big factor, but another big factor is the strength of the license or IP. And I said it yesterday a bunch. I don't think Mickey and Friends is strong enough to push an NFT drop where it needs to go. This was said in other places as well, very much not as eloquently. But I don't think the average Funko collector is super stoked about Mickey and Friends specifically. They might be a big Disney fan and they have their favorite characters. They might be a big Pixar fan, etc. Just to say you're a Disney fan doesn't mean you're a Pixar fan, Star Wars, etc. Just to say you're a Disney fan doesn't mean you're a Mickey and Friends fan. Maybe strength of license and the choice of the characters and art. Influences as well. Learnings from previous drops, excellently put. We the buyers also learn. Ooh, that's good. Learnings from previous drops goes both ways. That's really good. It's so true. They should be learning, and we definitely are learning. We've seen a real decline in the value of legendaries and grails in the secondary market and the coins. Going back to the TMNT drop, those were high and they stayed high. But slowly over time, people are speculating that the final value in the tertiary market is going to be much lower than they had anticipated based on sales that they saw from before. That's really good. Really well put. What do they even do with the existing supply that is sitting in a warehouse that they can't even move because of how many redeemed? Okay, so I go back to this, and it's never been confirmed or denied, but I don't think they manufacture, in this case, Minnie Mouse at $999. I don't think they manufacture them. My theory is they probably already created the mold, already got a proto, or it's in shipment right now. And they will give the verbal go-ahead and say, look, we're waiting through this process. And I'm going to Pop and Stock's website. On May 10th of next year, we're going to say go and tell you the quantity. At that time, you'll produce them and send them to us. They probably say if there are 999 minis, only 480 coins are given out. My guess is they order a few extra, 10% overage, maybe even 20%. So 480, 42, 522. Maybe they go ahead and say order 525, send those to us. That's why it takes 3 to 6 months for them to get delivered to you after the redemption period has ended. That's my theory. And I think it would be smart business on their part. It's unfortunate for them because the cost per pop gets more expensive when they order less. But I guarantee it's far better than having to destroy pops and or pay for storage and or the negative feedback they get from people. I'll say feedback, but the hate they get because of things like the warehouse sale. I saw comments yesterday. I don't buy these. I'll just wait for the warehouse sale. Nobody's gotten a NFT pop at a warehouse sale since that one incident. It's been corrected. Nobody found one at a Marshall's. That's BS. It was a faked thing. I'm willing to bet really good money on it. I'm willing to bet my whole NFT wallet on it. It wasn't real. It was a fake. Somebody took the pop in, swapped the sticker, took a picture. Just for what? So they could gain some notoriety? They are deteriorating the brand. Walking Miracle says they've trained us on the process simply by it going on. No actual marketing being done. Lack of marketing. Compiled with lack of training. They must have a huge stockpile of all the redeemed any previous drops at this point. I don't believe that's the case. I was typing just before you talked about producing. Oh, there you go, Chucky. Finally says, it cracks me up with these clickbaiters that take pics of rare pops in 5. I know I should start doing it as a joke. Take a picture and then put like a grail down on the shelf and then take the picture and put them side by side and then like, this was so easy. And how many people are falling for the thing on the right? And people eat it up. They believe it. That's why the positivity is so important. That's why, and I keep saying it, we got a younger generation of collectors coming in that are watching Top Pop's channel, and he's keeping it positive, and he's talking, and I listen to the things he says, and I love some of the points he makes in a really eloquent way, and he's educating them in a proper way. If they can steer clear of the negativity, they can join Nerds Unite and really be a part of a group that enjoys collecting and helping each other. But there's a lot of other out there that's doing the opposite, and it's an uphill battle for Top Pops and myself and my pops and Pop and Duo. We're fighting an uphill battle. We're the road less traveled, much like being a Christian. Any other thoughts, comments? What you guys have been saying is fantastic. I love that you guys think through this the way you do. I'm sure some of you have differing opinions on this, and that's okay too. As long as you can verbalize it in a polite, family-friendly way, I'm here to hear that too. Is anything that we've said just 100% wrong to you? You feel absolutely like you're way off base here, Sully? The pics were in a stock room. Are you talking about the NFT pop? Not the one I saw. The one I saw was on a Marshall shelf out in the general area. Did you see something else? There have been pics from stock rooms before, for sure. Happens all the time. Employees, Five Below. I didn't see the Five Below ones. You'd have to show me. I've not seen anything about a NFT pop sold at Five Below, but if you have a link and you want to send it to me, I'd love to take a look. Right, exactly, Callard. They're going to go, first of all, he is not in a small fort. Ain't no way. I say with all due respect, and I say with all due respect, my FA doesn't like NFTs. That's totally fair, Finest. Totally fair. She could be right, could be wrong. Only time will tell. But in the meantime, she's more educated on markets and the dollar and what's going on with crypto than most of us are. So, probably a smart move to trust her. Also, she's your wife. So it's probably a good idea to not ruffle too many feathers there. But just because you get advice that something's bad doesn't mean you have to completely get away from it. I mean, also, in this conversation, you could steer clear of the NFTs completely. And you could simply go in and buy those pops that you want. If they do Marvel and they make a Iron Man NFT pop, you could still participate in the whole NFT events by buying the pop at a show down the road. That is still supporting that chain in a way. You could go a little further up the chain, and without gambling in the NFTs, you could purchase the redemption coin that has a guarantee that Funko's going to at least try and ship it to you. You might save a couple bucks that way, and you get a pop. You don't have to buy the NFTs, you just buy the coin. Also, the box change situation, image subject to change. I guess that could go into the list. That's what you were saying. You weren't. I thought you were playing in on the Marshalls or Five Below thing. Images subject to change. So people weren't happy with the elf grail. I think that one, it definitely can play into people's overall decision. I think that's kind of like the Buckhead thing, in that it was a one-off, very rare incident, but it might very well have people scared to make a purchase, especially if they're trying to buy the coin or something for a large amount of money. But they haven't provided a consistent pattern that they make these kind of mistakes. The other ones, like shipping, box condition, $30 if it's lost, things like that, those are definitely issues. Are we actually getting what we're buying? Oh, Optimus Prime. Well, Optimus Prime, I guess you're right. It was different than the original Glam, but they did fix that pretty quickly before anybody could buy coins or anything. So in that case, you'd have to say you only bought the NFTs because you thought you would get specifically that Optimus Prime. It's a pretty small likelihood that that's the case, but I guess it's possible. Are we getting... that's the comment. Are we getting... what we're buying? I'm going to put buying in quotes because if you buy a pack of NFTs and you pull the Optimus Prime NFT, it now looks different than was originally proposed, right? Did the NFT change or did just the delivered pop change? I think the NFT stayed the same, didn't it? So I guess you're more right on that. Yeah. Are we actually getting what we bought? Are we getting what's been advertised? I'll put advertised down below. Punk said, just communication in general. If you would change something, let people know. Oh, yes. Communication. Communication on all channels. And I won't even put that, but like, don't hide on Discord. That is, in my opinion, and that a lot of you probably disagree, putting stuff on Discord is just, it's hiding it. It gets out, but it'd be better if you own up to everyone by putting it on Twitter or Instagram, etc. Communication. Yes, Peking. It says it on like every Glam throughout all the site. Yeah, as a matter of fact, if we went to digital.funko.com and looked at Mickey or any of these, there's this right here. Physical collectibles be shown or not final. Actual product may vary. It's been on everything. I asked this question before. It's been on everything the whole time. Here's one. Making an NFT set, then later coming out with commons that are very similar. Oh, yeah, okay. Yep. NFT pops, and this is something we learned over time. NFT pops not unique. Or too close. Yeah, still not unique. And I'll put down Power Rangers. And what was the other one? House of the Dragon. Yeah, those are two good examples. That's a good point. I think that would be a small influence, and maybe I break it up that way. That's a smaller influence, because if you look at that entire funnel, you got to get way down and have been collecting for a while in order to let that play into your decision to buy or not to buy. I think part of this, too, is they need to be expanding out to bigger audiences, which would have happened had Funko advertised it more on their channels, not just drop, and had Disney promoted it, it would have been a huge sweeping difference in this conversation. Yeah, I mean, they've been given warning on all these. Changes happen, yeah. Or even put it on their own website for the project, then tweet out that link. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Use the page and alter it to communicate for the project. That would be a better place to communicate that stuff than in Discord, in my opinion. Randy said people may pass on the NFTs thinking, oh, well, there will be commons coming out later that will be similar. Yeah, exactly. Nadu says, since we all know, thank you, Drop, for watching the stream and doing the changes. We always talk about keep up the great work. I mean, look, honestly, I think the guys at Drop are really taking a hit when they're trying their best to make this all work. I've said it before. I know from working at those companies, Funko and bigger companies, it's tough, man. You got limited budgets. You've got a bunch of opinions that aren't necessarily accurate. You've got a million people to get things confirmed by, approved by, up the chain. They are separated in location. There's a lot of things going against them, and I think ultimately they're doing a pretty good job. A very good job, even. I don't have any reason to be mad at those guys at Tokenhead /Drop. they're doing the thing, man. And mistakes happen. And again, we got to focus on the positive. How many cool pops have I gotten back here, and how much fun have I had collecting because they facilitated all this happening? The things we're talking about are not the everyday norm. There are the rare or not so rare events. Oh, I agree, Nadu. I want going in to find out. Do they normally sell pops on their website with a subject to change language? If not, that's essentially what we want. Yeah, well, you know what? This also confirms, I think, a little bit the thought that they don't produce them until Snapshot, until the redemption period's over. We're used to buying products that are already completed and in hand. This is more of a pre-sale situation, which I always thought Funko should do pre-sales. I recommend that Funko do timed releases, which I thought would have been really cool. Put up a pop. You could say subject to change. Put up a pop. We're only selling that for this weekend. However many are purchased, how many we produce, go. I always thought that should be a thing, but they haven't done it. There have been comments saying, why are you putting XYZ Pops as an NFT exclusive? Now we get upset if they change the mold a bit and release it as a regular drop. How many are happy/mad ratio? I'm willing to bet the mad is a small percentage. The loud few exceed the masses. And unfortunately, people listen to the loud few, the squeaky wheels. I think they were too quick to do drop exclusive when people were just coming in and getting use of Atomic Hub, but understand that was out of their hands. Way to finish that statement up. Yep. A lot of people were knocking them yesterday. I saw some real comments. How'd that little experiment work out for you? How'd that go? See what happened? And unfortunately, Drop, Funko are not going to go, hey, it was the licensor's fault, because they don't want to throw Disney under the bus. It's not good for their long-term viability as a company. The reason for the commons may be availability for those that couldn't get the NFTs. Well, ooh, that's a slippery slope. They do shared exclusives at cons, and I've never really been a fan of that. I've talked about how I think they could make it better. But the idea that I couldn't go to the con and I can still get the pop was always kind of weird to me. It's not an exclusive at that point. And the sticker, though different at the con, it's not enough different. I don't think everything should be made available to everyone. The reason the NFTs are a premium thing is because they are more limited, and they should be more limited. Making similar products and selling them right after or close after, that deteriorates the exclusivity of the product you made. Again, we learn. To Walking Miracle's point, we are learning too. Change the direction for a moment. Anyone looking for an Xbox Series X, they have a price drop for the holidays to $399 on sale today at Target for $349. Wow, that's good. Randy, I mean, you might be right. In your opinion, they are. To a lot of people, they weren't enough different. Again, a lot of people, how many is that? Is it really hundreds, thousands, or is it like 12 people shouting into the void? I didn't care that which one was it, the Pink Slayer? I don't care that the Pink Slayer looks like another Pink Slayer that was coming out. I'm not even a Power Rangers person. They couldn't. Finance, that's not how business works. They're not going to be very profitable if they're just giving you Xboxes for free every time, unless you're an influencer. All right, guys, I got to take a quick bio break. Yep, squeaky wheel gets the oil. Exactly right. I got to take a quick bio break. I'll be right back. We'll finish up our conversation, which has been fantastic, by the way, and then do a little gaming before I get out of here. So give me just a minute, gang. I'm back. Let's see. As a publicly traded company, says Chucky, it makes sense to slightly change an NFT pop mold and sell more as commons if they can. I mean, it's a business practice that they can employ. Time has proven that the collectors don't like it, though. What is the term that people use all the time? A lazy pop. I see that a lot, which is mind-boggling to me because clearly people don't understand the whole process. People will call the chrome pops lazy for a long time. Chromes had different molds than the other ones. So people might have been right from a design perspective, but from a logistics business perspective, those molds were different because the chrome required, I think it was a thicker mold because the chrome paint was thinner, or vice versa. Maybe it was a thinner mold, tinier one, because it needed to be, the chrome was thicker. But to say things were lazy, I always thought was pretty interesting. Oh, all you did was change an arm. Well, yeah, you changed an arm. It's different. It's slightly different. It's how it works. But, people have their opinions, and unfortunately the opinions sway the performance of something selling or not selling. People vote with their money, and they eventually voted with their money in saying that we don't like lazy. There are probably exceptions to that. There's probably things that were just slightly different. I mean, okay, look at my Sullys. I collect every Sully. I love them. I got a regular Sully. I got a flocked Sully. Some could say that that's a lazy difference. Not me. I love the flocked one, and I love that it was limited to 480 pieces, and I love that it's worth as much money as it is. If you made another flocked one, and they've done it several times with Sully, I'll buy that too. And I'll buy the other one, and the other one, and the other one. I don't care. I'm fine with that. So that's kind of the flip side of that. If it's close enough, it's fine. But they used it in a very specific way. I've talked about this with convention exclusives before. Make a pop at the show that's unique and make the shared exclusive a little different. By a little different, I mean actually quite a bit different. Different box, different sticker, different finish. The ones that are at Hot Topic and all the other shared places should be the general one. In case of a Sully, it should be the standard Sully pop. The one at the show should be the limited flocked version in a different box with a different sticker. Still same mold, hopefully. Savings, for sure. Differentiation, better. I would really like to see them move to that kind of procedure, but it doesn't seem like they will. Oh, my Freddy holiday drop on a holiday discount would be amazing. Freddy holiday drop on a holiday discount. Why would they have a holiday? What are they doing? What's happening? Why are we discounting already? You can't chrome a vinyl rubbery head. Well, the mold is not what it goes on. The mold is the piece that you pour the vinyl into to make, and then the chrome is put over the outside. So it's not like the chrome is just, the mold dictates it's put on the outside of a rubbery head. It's the, if you've seen a mold before, it's what the stuff is poured into to make it. Chrome isn't very much thicker than paint, but you can't chrome a soft material. Yeah, well, yeah. There you go, Meat Puppet. Got an extra Mickey and Friends number 32. If anybody wants to change, I don't know if you guys know the numbers, Meat Puppet, it might be helpful to you to say if that's a common, uncommon, rare, epic, what the character is, etc. I mean, for me, I never know the numbers, so it might help somebody. You don't pour chrome, you dip an item into chrome to put... Well, yes, you're right. You still have to pour something in there to put the chrome on, and in the case of what I was trying to get to, and maybe I went down the wrong path explaining this, it still required a different mold. So the whole point was, is there a savings or not? In that case, there wasn't. They had to make whatever was on the inside a little smaller or a little bigger. I know I heard that, so I know that's true, but can't remember. There you go. I'm sure that's true, Chucky. I'm sure that's true. All right. Any other questions, thoughts, concerns? Great conversation today. Again, I hope nobody took anything out of context. I want Funko to succeed. I want Drop to succeed. I think they will. I think we'll still see some great success in NFTs and pops and all that stuff down the road. All we want to do is have our time to talk about it, theorize, and have a little fun with what we'd do if we were in command, how we would make changes. But I think one of the key things around this, and I'm going to be really careful when making my video, is we're not We're not saying, hey, y'all are stupid for doing what you're doing, or I'm not. Somebody might be. Just saying, we'd love to understand more. We'd love to listen to us, and maybe some of our opinions and thoughts are really good and might help you make a change that benefits your company and your profitability and the future of NFTs. 78 blends left. Hopefully sells out before the end of the stream, says Nadu6. Yeah, so just a reminder. Good call, Nadu. Blends are live. I'll go back over. These are the Nerds Unite blends. Yesterday, I gave you guys a free NFT. You can use that to blend, but before you go and do that, I would recommend that you don't, because I made a little boo-boo, little mistake, and that NFT I gave out yesterday, or this morning, technically, I did not leave it to infinity. In other words, I can't produce more, therefore I can't sell anymore. So I have made this drop, this blend, a little different. If you got that NFT yesterday, you're welcome to use it. Again, I wouldn't advise it. So what I did was made it where you can do this blend to get one of 6 different variants up here. You can use your purple shirt HOOT, which is available for purchase in the drops area, and one of 3 different Nerds Unite NU logos. You can use the red and black one from yesterday called HOOT and Friends. You can use one that's actually still available for purchase on the drops area. That is the Chemical H logo. Or if you have it in your wallet and you had some extras, made a little bit of a mistake before, I'm far from perfect, you can use your NU logo Black Friday. One of any of these 3 is satisfactory for the blend. I did one earlier so you can see it. Just be careful when you go to do your blends. Make sure you're hitting that drop down arrow and not using, I didn't want to use my number 5 by accident. I need to move that thing. Make sure you're being careful. If you don't see anything when you click the drop down arrow here, you can come over to the side. I've got the full instructions with a link to where you can buy that Chemical H1 if you need it. I think one person pulled a 1 of 1. So there should still be 2 1 of 1s left. You got a 45% chance of getting a Hoot and Friends Hoot and t-shirt. 45% chance at Sorcerer Hoot. 7% chance at a Concept Sorcerer Hoot. And a 0.73% chance at 2 of the 3 Grails, if you're so inclined. So there's the links. Go do your blends. I'd appreciate it. Let me know if there's questions. Punk says, we are on your side, drop. Yes, absolutely. You know how many times they've probably heard drop and Funko? Look, we want you to be better, but here's the 6 million reasons you suck. I gotta be careful not to do that. That is not my intention. I don't want to do that. Simply, and a lot of what y'all said that are really good points, I may end up backing off of and spending more time talking, because as we're talking through this, I'm thinking it sounds pretty negative. I want it to come across as, hey, it didn't sell out. Here's a few reasons why we think why. Keep that in mind for the next time. But also, because it didn't sell out, here's what you're looking at on the remaining Grails, Legendaries, etc. Here's the value in the secondary market. Where do you think it's going to go? Things like that. Let me see where my Minnie Mouse, because I still am thinking about buying it. Did somebody drop the price even more? Going to the marketplace now. Oh, for sure, Walking Miracle. Yeah, these are valuable. These are very valuable, and we should probably continue. This could go in the deck that I told y'all I could provide. The 400 plus ways that you could probably do better without spending much more money at all. They're right there. All that data is right there. Still 175. I'm going to keep an eye on it. It is 140. I think I'm going to play a little Rocket Racing and try to get out of here around 2, because I do have some things to do this afternoon, and I definitely want to get the a video at least started, if not done. I have some more research I need to do. So we're going to convert over right now, and hopefully I'll get some, well, I'll give away some Sully Bucks for sure. Matter of fact, I'll give away some now in case anybody's about to get out of here because you're not into gaming, which I get. We'll turn that on, that off. There we go. There actually still hasn't been a market review from TMNT till now. What do you mean by market review, Nadu6? You got number 1 of the Hoot and Friends NU logo. Let's go, Cutie Beck. I talked about your luck yesterday, and there it is. Let's go. Congratulations. That's cool. I wouldn't blend it. I don't know if you heard the notes. Don't blend that Nerd Hoot and Friends NU logo. That's it. That's all it's going to exist of those. Yeah, what do you mean by that, Nadu6? I'd love to hear your thoughts or explanation of what that is. Let me get some audio. Yeah, I'm still not sure what you mean by market review, though, Nadu6. Are you saying, how well did the sales go? Or are you talking about, like, the value of the pops while they were in redemption compared to now? Like, that's what I'm looking for by what you mean about a market review. I'm speculating that the latter is what you meant, but... Wait, I thought I picked... Oh, there we go. Don't need the tutorial anymore, I don't think. Thank you, Walker Miracle. I wish they had something separate for Rocket Racing. Let me check again and see if they added it. Rocket Ranger? So I have to put Fortnite, but it's not just Fortnite. It's very interesting. We have during the drop, redeem the coin, but past that, no info once the physical is in the market. So I think, yeah, you're talking about overall value during the life of the NFTs while they were still active, the value in the secondary market or tertiary market, and maybe even where it is now 2.5 years later. I think that would be a good video. Yeah, I think that'd be good. All right, gonna play some Rocket Racing. Why does YouTube keep getting behind on the... I'm so puzzled by this. Dr. Crispy probably should deserve some sort of award for the amount of times it shows he's online, but he's not actually online. He leaves that Xbox on all day. Or maybe it's his computer, I don't know. I haven't played Rocket Racing since we played it on the day it came out. But I'm very excited by it. I like the game. See if I can remember all the nuances here. Here we go. %60 boost. Let's go. Whoops, didn't get the jump. Touch the side. Oof, I barely got out of that. That's what I forgot about the boost up top. Whoa, there was a guy going the opposite direction. Oh, there's people taking a shortcut over there I haven't seen before. Oh, I missed the second boost. That was a bad mistake. I accidentally tapped the button. Oh, up to third place in those final seconds. Hit rank gold 1 in Rocket Racing and got my free skin. Nice, Callard. If YouTube is on mute and not the active tab, it'll drift out of sync. Oh, that makes sense. That moves me up to silver 2. So all I gotta do is get to gold 1, huh? Yeah, there you go, Peking. That's hilarious, Peking. Awaiting results. We have one more person. Oh, that person wasn't even playing. Gotcha, Callard. Hard to go to the next game when we got that one character, that one person that's not playing. Don't forget to get your comments on under the My Pops post for today so that you are eligible for the giveaway tonight. I'm going to go over and do mine right meow. So simple. My POPS. In my POPS. Join us tonight for What's Up Wednesday Live at My Pops from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern right here on Instagram. Tonight we'll have a variety of topics. Prize wheel is back. Like the post, comment. And there's the comment. I'm not going to read it to you. You just got to read. I did say next race, right? Finding match. Posted. I am eligible. No giveaway accounts. 1 entry per person. No prize substitutions. It's written right there, big as day. Oh, Priscilla's posts from Designer Con. Wax melts. Very cool. I can't believe... Oh, did y'all see the news? I hate to bring up this on stream, but Andre Bauer, however you say his name, from Brooklyn Nine-Nine passed. I loved his character on that show and a lot of the other things that he made over the years. Shocking. Way too young. Way too young. Bauer. Andre Bauer, I think is right. Omart the Foony Guy. Statrix. IB is Panda. Ape to Gorilla. Angry Pomeranian. That's a good one. Angry. It is Brower. Andre Brower. Oh. Silver 2 was one of the things I needed to do. Well, that guy got a heck of a boost off the get-go. Oh, wrong button. What did I do wrong there? I think it's the X button. You know, X gonna give it to you. There it is. Ooh, another guy sitting at the starting line. Hadn't moved. That's right. I take the bumps. This is a big, wide turn. Can't really drift it. Last lap. Let's go. Oh, they're nipping at my heels. There's one even with me. No, I don't have the boost to get him. Second place. Good game. Oh, really, Callard? Cool. I can't wait to try it. Yeah, Nadu6. I believe so. I believe so. Thank you, Port. I'm definitely enjoying this game mode. So far, it seems like, what, if you get a win or second place, you're getting like a 20-25% bump in your ranking. I don't think I've gone down on a loss. What's that mean, Rob? How you doing, bud? You mean the killing of the secondary market and stuff like that? Yeah, that was unfortunate. I wish they hadn't done that, but here we are. I'm enjoying this game mode, and pretty much just want to get my achievements out of it. I also like playing regular old Fortnite a lot. I haven't played much Rocket League lately, but always do like to get back from time to time. Come on, next race. All this time developing a mode that isn't even in Rocket League while Rocket League gets left behind. Yeah, it's interesting that they don't just have like a epic launch game. Like right now, even when I went to go pick my category, I had to pick Fortnite. I couldn't pick Rocket Racing. Would make a lot more sense to me if you did like epic launcher like they have on PC and then you picked your game from there. But maybe there's a reason why they haven't or won't. Don't know. Here we go. It's a fun game mode. And if they wanted to, they could have done something with it being shopping carts. Didn't have to be Rocket League cars. Oh, first time to play this one. Almost didn't make that. Ah. Almost missed it again. Whoops. Somehow ended up in decent position, even though I made a big mistake there. But everybody else had their boosts coming in. Missed the second boost. Dang it, somebody hit me right at the wrong time. Oof, 9th place. That one hurt. Oh, sweet. Absolutely, Rob. Let us know. Back to the gym. Good on you, sir. Best of luck with your workout. Right, Callard? Yeah, it could be a slow transition, like when a bank changes a name or something. Yeah, it's still... Oh, just a slight bump because of my 9th place finish. That definitely was not good enough to move up much. Oh, man. Gotta get some lunch. Gotta make a vidya. Really should boot somebody out pretty much instantaneously if they're not playing at all. Clearly they didn't move, unless that was just some sort of mistake in like the coding and stuff. Got some straps. I earned my straps. That's a big duck over on the left. Need some first and second place finishes here to really move up. That 9th was not helpful. Seeded 8th here. K2. Oh yeah, I played this one, I think. Oh yeah, I got turned around backwards on this one once. Ooh, boy, I came close to touching that side. Oh, barely. That guy nudged me right as I boosted. Gave up 2. Oh, more spots. Dang it. Ah, almost clean. Dang. 5th. Oh, that's a short course. My annual PNW trip is starting back up in May. I will be in the Vancouver, Canada area for a few days. Oh, Calgary, that'd be fun, man. I do want to make it back up there to Vancouver. Fetching results. May, huh? You'll miss Emerald City Comic Con's very end of February. It's a bummer. Be cool if you made it out here at the right time for that. Don't know what to expect, though, of it this year. Can't tell if Funko's going to be there or not. Sounds like maybe not, since they're already talking about C2E2 instead. But I hope they have a presence here at their local convention. What would it take to convince them to do a NFT booth? The thing they're racing through, that circle, kind of reminds me of Ahsoka. The two peaks and those colors. They should do an NFT booth, but make it themed like the warehouse. No. That's just mean. So sad. Oh, whoops. The Darkest Gamer. Oh, almost made it through unscathed. Hold on. Oh, it's still one more lap. Ding dang. Nice. A clear first. You should do an NFT. Oh, I read that. I'll take it. That should be a pretty good boost at first place there. Whoa, yeah, it is. What was that, a 30 something to 40% boost? Let's go. Rat Boy for the win. Exactly. Squeak out a couple more games here. Tomorrow's Thursday, and as far as NFTs go, we'll have got through a lot of the conversation for the week. Probably touch base on the blends again, but absolutely want to get back to some Fortnite. So maybe tomorrow, more of a Fortnite stream. Not yet, Callard. I wanted to Google first something along the lines of, can I stream it? Because I'm concerned about the music aspects of it. Like, last thing I want to do is get in there and I can't play it at all because of the music. I'm assuming they're songs we know. I don't know. I haven't tried it since the big event day when there was a little bit of music in there. Need to make sure I'm not going to get myself banned off of Twitch and or YouTube for playing it on stream. Come on, find us a match. Want to strike while the iron's hot. Come on, matchmaking. FaZe Kraken, last place. Mick Kraken, first place. You don't? Well, but what's that experience like if somebody's watching and you're just trying to click on beats to go along to music that's not there? Is that fun? I mean, I haven't even watched somebody else play it yet, so I don't know. But the fun of Rock Band to me was the music, so I don't know that it would be much fun without it. I'll have to test it and see. Pennywise fan. Crazy Boy is back. Darkest Gamer again. I just beat him in the last one. Let's see if we can get him again. Ugh, only 39. Not bueno. Oh, there's that shortcut. People are taking a little hop. Gotta figure out how to do that. Oh, there's a little boost there too. Okay, I see what they're doing. Right here, I think. Darkest. Got it. Yogi the Bear coming in strong, huh? No! They edged me out to fourth at the end. We can sing along in our head. I don't think that's going to do the trick. Don't think so. Oh, how much did that boost me though? Still got a little boost. Let's see. What's the mode called? Callard? Music game Fortnite. Fortnite Festival? Yeah, see, that's a big problem there. Twitch streamers. What's this say? Is this from a credible source? From a Twitch partner who shares streaming news. Fortnite has posted some guidance regarding copyrighted music for Fortnite Festival. YouTubers can post videos and monetize so long as they link to their SAC account. Support a creator account. During launch week, content creators and support a creator program will be able to host VOD content on YouTube featuring a selection of jam tracks and their loops. No takedown notification should occur. After the 16th, VODs on YouTube may be claimed and demonetized by the applicable rights holder. For Twitch creators, we cannot prevent your VODs or clips from being flagged or by third-party copyright detection systems. The general recommendation is to disable VOD/clips when streaming Fortnite Festival, which is not good. I don't like that one bit. I like having my content there. Yeah, it's uh-oh, what did Twitch do? My buddy just reacted to something that Twitch did. Huh. Yo, 87 Spider, what's going on? This is good. Somebody Crypto Kumas just shared on Twitter. A brand is defined as a customer's gut feeling about a product, service, or company. A brand is a result. It's very interesting. People try to create a brand, but ultimately the brand is decided by the people that view it. Very interesting. 38. Not good boosts today. I'm still not sure what the best way to handle this track is either. Very Excite Bike-ish. I'm sure there's jumps you can perform at the right time to hit the boosts. Dang it. Oh, I thought I hit that. Nope, went too high. Too many boosts. Still in the hunt, though. There, that's better. That wasn't. Second time's the charm there. Just missed that other boost. Oh, he pushed me into it. Third place, fourth place. Oh, I don't have any boost. Dang it. 7. If I just got a little boost there. Well, Webster don't dictate my life, so. Very interesting. I like that. About brand. There's a Jurassic Park survival game. Single player action adventure for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series XS. Oh, maybe this is for our friend Jungle Brie. That speed boost hard to take it them all. Oh, it is very. It was? Cool. I didn't see that. Oh, Twitch just tweeted 2 hours ago. We've gotten feedback that our policies around sexual content are unclear. So we've drawn clear boundaries between them, what is and what isn't permitted on Twitch. We also recognize that everyone wants to see certain content, so we're updating our criteria for homepage recommendations. Wouldn't it be nice if that new criteria was, we really want you to be positive and family friendly? Oh yeah, I got you, Kelly. I'll respond in a minute. I just got to finish this race. But yeah, no problem. Wrapping up things here in a few minutes anyway, so. 100% boost. I don't know how I did it. That's my personal best. Could not get the tires on the ground to get back on track. Whoa, is it shorter, better to take the ground level in that? Ah, dang it. It's a good battle going on here. A lot of car weight being thrown around. Oof. These guys are good. Ninth, not bueno. Oh, I needed that boost. Ah, I couldn't get the boost. That'd do it, Callard. Bet the new policy says Sully needs to be a hot tub streamer. Nope. Nope, Zach Bonifer, let's not. Okay, let's do like one more. Let's see where I'm at here. Yeah, I'd like to get to silver 3. Let's do one, maybe 2 more. And then we'll call it a day. I'll look for somebody to raid now. Let's see, we rated Las Vegas Ape yesterday. Not the normal Nerds Unite group on there, but Neon Space is live. We'll probably raid over to them. Let me see what they're doing today. Oh, talking about Wax. Wax P. This will be one of those streams I really need to pay close attention to so I can learn something. Okay, Mindy, sure will. MetaQuest 3 will now support Xbox Game Pass Cloud Gaming. Oh. Interesting. 87%. You actually have to go before, you would think. Whoa. Oh, there's a shortcut through the hills there. I just saw it. There's the out right there. Oh, that guy just saved some serious time coming through there, too. Oh, there was one to the left. Whoa. There's the shortcut. I would try to turn into it, but a little too early. Ooh, hit a guy in midair trying to make that happen. Not getting much drifting in this one. It's around this corner. Oh, dang, I can't make it quick enough. Thanks for the boost, bud. Oh, no, no boost. Fourth, fifth. Okay. Whew. The one on your left is your go-to shortcut. All right, where's that put me? Oh, I did not move much at all. Okay, one more. This is the absolute last one. Then we'll raid over to our friends at Neon Space, who are talking. I see Wax all over the screen. They're talking about what's going on with Wax P right now and the value of it. I wish I had the time to really focus and watch, but I don't right now. One more race. Trying to see what they're doing. They're doing something around Wombat. And USDT? Converting? Oh, doing something with a pool. I wish I understood better. Here we go. Really slowing down off that wall. Yep, there comes somebody. I thought I could clear it without hitting that side. Bullies! Oh, barely made me nudge the side. Tough group. Can't make it through there without touching the sides. No boost. All right, 6th place. Yeah, that happened to me quite a few times the other day. It is tricky. Okay, won't make my silver 3 today, but we did make a little progress. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Great conversation today around Drop, Funko, Disney, Mickey and Friends, all that good stuff. Lots of good commentary. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget about the blends, which are live on Nifty Blocks right now. Read the instructions. Everything's laid out for you. Don't use yesterday's Nerds Unite logo if you can keep from it, because that's it. There's 120 of that one. Several have already been burned. There will never be more minted. It is limited. I made a mistake. But I opened up this blend to allow you to use multiple logos, multiple different logos in that second slot. So it's all written out there. Just go read it. Using my channel as white noise. Hey, I like it. Supernova, that's awesome, honestly. On Twitch, we're going to raid over to our friends at Neon Space NFT, but not before I add some more Sully Bucks to the coffers for you guys. I'm going to give everybody 50. We got 60 users, and I'm going to set up a raid over to our friends at Neon Space. Unfortunately, on YouTube, I haven't really figured out the raid thing. I know there is some sort of kind of makeshift way to do that, but I haven't really looked into it. I need to. A lot to learn and do. We're going to get this raid going. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and then we will be back, or I'll be back tomorrow with some more gaming. We're going to focus on gaming tomorrow a bit more. Remember to wash your hands, check in on somebody you love, make sure they're doing okay, stay positive, and above all else, most importantly, nerds unite. Hashtag Sully Raid. Let's go.
So let's diversify a little bit. Let's see, I'm down to keep this running. Let's keep this one running for another week. But let's take the each time from it, which I guess I already did, and turn it into wax. And we're gonna take that wax and do the index token.
Thank you for the raid. See us solely. We got a grubfish going in the background.
Yo.
Should I show off what we're giving away?
I'm gonna check
real quick. Interrupt your tech talk.
Oh, sure.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. We are Neon Space. We're artists and creators on wax. Shout out to Sully. Sully rocks. Nerds Unite. We are going to be giving away a Anaheim Kaori Sune, which is a DesignerCon promo. Shout out to Priscilla and Sune. And if you happen to be going to DesignerCon this Saturday the 16th, we will be there. We're doing a pop-up at Priscilla's booth for like, I think 2 hours in the afternoon. So come say hi if you're there on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Cool to meet some
That should
people
be fun.
from the space in real life.
Agreed.
Okay, we have a giveaway for this going. You type !neon on your wax wallet if you look to join.